Yo, what's up, sleepers? It's your boy, Eddbedhead, here in the Sleeping Cinema. And today I have with me...
Aleksey, also known as Bread My Butter.
Yeah.
You got JavierSenpai.
Yep.
Sen.
Scott.
Filling in for Jesus today.
Yeah.
The boy's sick. Or
Senpai.
healing.
Yeah.
Senpai.
But all right, there will be timestamps in the description for our review on the movie if you want to skip to that. Now let's buy some tickets and grab our favorite concessions. So how's your guys' week been?
Well, as I said, I don't remember what I did.
Oh my god.
But it was still not bad.
You said this right before we even started.
Right.
That was so sad. I don't remember how the week went. It just went.
Yeah, but since, I work second shift, so I don't have a good work-life balance. So, yeah, I
Dang.
just work, come home, stream, go to bed.
Play Pokemon.
Yep.
Pokemon's dope.
Shout out to the 3 people that are concurrent on my streams, though.
Hey!
Yeah, well, that's what's up.
What about you, Javier?
Well, for the week, I didn't do much until like the weekend. I went to a pumpkin patch this weekend,
Oh, right.
which was lit.
And you went through a corn maze.
Yeah, that was fun. I felt like I would have lost my family if I didn't.
You weren't spooked at all?
No.
That a serial killer or something was going to come out?
No. So this is what's funny. So we watch, because, I watch Halloween twice, okay? Very irritated the second time watching it. I was ready to go to sleep, and Tisha didn't let me. But I was super heated watching it again because I was like, "This is so." No, but we're not. But like, the first time I watched it, I took my sisters to watch it the first time, and my little sister, she's super scared. Like, she gets scared easily.
Oh, no.
So once we get on watching it, we got on watching it, we were leaving, and as we were leaving, I turned my head like to look at her. I'm like, "What's that? What's behind you?"
For spooking her?
Yeah.
Wow.
I spooked her so bad. She started crying.
That's evil.
It was just that funny. But yeah, other than that, now I went to the pumpkin patch, watched Halloween twice.
So you were definitely getting to the spooky season then.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Scott?
Not a whole lot. I was just working. I got a new couch.
Oh,
nice.
new
That's
couch.
about it.
Is it like one of those recliner type couches?
No, it's just it's not technically. It's like a love seat. It's got the 2-cushion one. Got it for like $50.
Nice. Off
Yeah.
what, like
But
Facebook
other than that,
Marketplace?
no, not a whole lot. Just another napping spot. Another
I feel
working.
that.
As for me, my work schedule for next week is messed up. Because the way it works for me is I gotta like pick my shifts and stuff. But I waited till the last minute, so all the good shifts are taken. So now I gotta work at the night shifts.
That's not good.
So that's gonna suck.
So you're doing nothing but morning streams. That's all I'm hearing.
Pretty much, yeah. And we finally hit 1,000 on the channel. Let's go.
Let's go. Even though
We still got a long ways to go,
Yeah.
before we're monetized. All right. So with that, let's take our seats and let's get into these trailers.
I believe in you.
All right. Thank you. Any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
I'm looking for. I've just seen that Scream trailer. I'm looking forward to see how Sidney Prescott.
Well, we're about to talk about.
Okay, I'm looking forward to obviously all the trailers we saw.
oh my God.
So
Looking
there's a
forward
lot.
to. I can't think of anything new.
Yeah, I can only think of the trailers we just saw because they actually look good. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Next year is going to be packed with movies for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Javier?
I'm just looking forward for the Back for Blood. I've seen
Isn't that already out?
Is it out? I don't know.
Yes, I saw people playing it last night.
Some people who play have early access. I forget.
That's true.
Maybe like if they had pre-ordered, maybe I can understand that.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet, but that game looks good. I want to play it. It looks like fun. You should get it, Eddie. And I mean, you can just play around killing
be dope.
zombies. All you do is kill zombies.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
You know, also another game that I watch a different YouTuber play, Markiplier. He was playing World War Z, and that also looks like a good game to play.
I didn't even
too.
know they had a game for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
dude.
me neither. Until I watched him, he's like, I kill lots of zombies. And the title is literally called Lots of Zombies. And all he does is he just shows like certain parts in the game that he kills lots of zombies.
That is the plot of the movies too.
So all you want to do
Interest
is
me.
kill lots of zombies. You can play World War Z.
What about you, Scott?
Consistent. Yeah, not a whole lot. I don't really know what's coming out. I'm watching all Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though.
Oh, nice.
Right now.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later towards the end of the podcast.
That's one of my favorite shows. I know when I was watching it last time, it was like season 4 just came out, and I binged that. And then after like a year and a half, I tried to get back into it, but I lost the flow.
Oh,
So I'm trying to rewatch it all. I'm only on like episode 3 of like the first season.
I also got to
Okay.
do that because I stopped after because I was caught up to a certain point, and then.
And then
when
when
I
you
get
try to
caught
get back
up-
into it, you lose the flow.
Yeah.
And you lose from where it was.
I
But
waited.
Shit started to get crazy from what I remember.
Hey,
I
Scott,
waited too long for the
You
next few
should
episodes.
turn your mic towards you because you're speaking away from the mic still.
Or I can just try to talk into the mic.
All right.
Oh, that, yeah, that.
I just remembered something that I did see. How to Train Your Dragon is coming back.
really?
Really?
But
I didn't know
it's
that.
not as good as you think.
Oh, damn.
Is it gonna be a TV show or a
it's a
movie?
show, but
Oh.
it's set 1,300 years in the future.
Also, Hiccup's kids are older.
1300.
No, Hiccup is no longer a thing. They might be related to it, but so the way it goes, like some kind of a fissure opens up a crack in the world, and that's when they have the dragons are released again. And I don't like because the little bit of animation they showed in the little teaser trailer was very clunky and bad,
Ooh.
and I don't like it. We also get a hint that toothless kids have survived, and because we're getting
It's 1,300 years in the future.
yes, so they've obviously not his kids, but the descendants.
kids.
Yeah, the descendants have
Yeah.
survived, and you can see it
Dang.
right now. I'm gonna probably watch it, and I'm gonna rewatch the entire How to Train Your Dragon series and the movies now.
You know,
You're gonna cry again.
you know
Cry
what's
all
the
over.
Beautiful
what's the
movie.
rough estimate of how many kids it's gonna be? It's gonna be like 13 kids.
Probably because it's a dragon.
Well, no, it's because it's 1,300. So
No, that's not. How it works.
100.
Each
If a
person
person
lives to 100.
yeah, if each person.
Yes, I get what you're saying, but
If that magic word if because this is during that time it's Viking season like year.
Right.
So
But
there's
yeah,
another
so
medical is like
that's
iffy.
one thing I'm
It's
kind
going
of
to be
excited
modern
for.
times then?
Yeah, modern times.
Oh, wow.
So that's what kind of sets me off a little bit.
All right. So with that, let's get into these trailers. First up, we have Scream 5 plot. A new installment of the Scream horror franchise will have a woman returning to her hometown to try and find out who has been committing a series of vicious crimes. Releases January 14th of 2022. What do you guys think of the trailer?
No.
No.
Your opinion doesn't matter in this point.
I don't like Scream. I did not. Well, growing up, I've seen like 2 or 3 Scream movies, and I've always hated them.
I don't blame you. I hate the
I
Scream
really
movies
hate.
too.
I don't care who. I don't care the actors that are doing it. It's just they should need to not make this movie anymore.
Look, I'm not a big fan of Scream either, but I'm actually kind of some reason I'm excited for this movie.
Because
I don't know
you
why.
like the actors in the movie. I get that.
I really don't like the actors. I hate them.
Then why are you
the
so
only
excited
actor I
for
liked
it?
is the guy who plays Shaggy. That's the only actor I like.
He's not even in it.
And we don't even know if he's in this
Yeah, we
movie.
don't
So
know, I should say.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just don't think
I
they
just-
need to make another Scream movie.
the reason
Actually,
why
we
I'm
say,
probably
yeah.
excited is because I want to see what kind of bullcrap situation Sydney Prescott's going to get in this. Okay, I'm excited to see how she's going to
Again, the
wiggle her
actor-
way out of this again.
the
It's not
actors.
the actor. I just want to see how she wiggles her way out of this situation.
The characters. It's the characters he enjoys the most.
It's just funny at this point. It's a joke at this point. Seeing like, okay, she's back.
So
in this.
to you, it's
How's she
like a
gonna get
meme
out?
movie?
Yes, exactly.
I can see that, but still no. Just no.
What do you think, Scotty?
That looks all right.
See,
I'm neither looking forward to it nor hating
Like
it.
when I see the movie, I'm probably gonna be laughing.
well, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't like the whole series overall.
I don't blame you. The first one was good because it had that twist that nobody was expecting the first time you watch it.
Yeah, and then afterwards they made like what 4 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a loose concept. Like I don't know why they're running with it.
Yeah, it's,
They're like, let's go, more.
like a serial killer with ghost face mask.
Is it-
We can do this.
In the first one, isn't there that guy that kept on talking about horror movie mechanics and like you can't do this, otherwise you're gonna die?
Maybe.
Or-
Oh,
I
so they
don't
were
remember.
breaking the fourth wall? I
yeah,
didn't
they were
notice
breaking
that
a lot of
part.
the fourth wall in the first one.
I don't remember the first one too much.
Unless I'm thinking of a spin-off.
Maybe you're thinking about, what was the other one? Scary movie?
I don't think it's a scary movie.
No, we should do a scary movie for.
We can do that one for streaming if it's
Yeah.
on streaming.
Yeah, we gotta figure out if there is if it's on stream.
We'll find out later.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, are we gonna try and make a poll? Or
I know
never
Netflix
click on
has a
anything?
few.
Well, we'll see. We'll see in a second. Up next, we have The Black Phone plot. After being abducted by a child's killer and locked in a soundproof basement, a 13-year-old boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone from the killer's previous victims. Releases February 4th of 2022.
I'm excited
That
about
one
this one.
seems cool.
Yeah,
It seems cool, but we already see a lot of mistakes that they make when trying to escape in the trailer, okay? We already see the stupid mistakes they make, and it's ridiculous. Like, just
Well,
let the
at
guy
least
throw.
he's a kid. It's
Yeah,
not a grown adult making
That's
those
that's
mistakes.
true.
Dude, imagine a grown adult.
He was just
trying-
scared. He was just like, I gotta
Yeah,
go.
dude. I mean, he's facing like this big scary dude, and it's
No
like
excuses.
No
Hey, you're not-
excuses.
it's rude to kick someone while they're down.
I don't give a crap.
The abductor
They
was at
abducted you.
It's not fair. He
If you can kick them in the nads, do it.
but I like the concept of this where the ghosts of previous victims are helping him out.
Yeah.
That's
Through
like
a-
something
through
that's
the
not really
phone,
used.
yeah.
It's an
So it
interesting
is the
concept.
ghost. Okay, that's what I thought was happening, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's
Normally,
like.
ghosts, like haunt people in these movies, and this time they're like helping him out, trying to get him to safety.
So does that mean black phones like can connect you to
The spirit realm.
spirit realm? or something? Is
Maybe.
that what they're trying to hint at?
Yeah, because it's a disconnected phone, so he shouldn't be able to hear anybody.
Or it could be like the spirits possess the phone
Oh,
itself.
maybe.
There's
Unfinished
so much,
business.
Darkness that happened within that room that was able to
Yeah, I think
manifest itself in that
Okay.
way.
there's
So
been,
it's a spiritual
there's
movie.
been quite a few victims from what we
But
saw.
I could say this right now: the trailer that Eddie showed us, I feel like it does not do the movie as well.
No.
I
Yeah,
think
it's not the same trailer that was in theaters.
Yeah, because the one in theaters felt a lot more,
Consistent.
better.
Still showed off what the plot was going to be. So
Yeah.
I still think
I'm looking forward to this one. It's gonna come out early next year too. Then so it's
February
not too-
4th.
Yeah, February 4th. So not too far off.
I wish
Actually,
it
we're
was-
already October.
I wish it was the Valentine's movie.
What?
Valentine's
Yeah.
movie of murder.
Well, they did.
Child murder.
I'm trying to think of. They did that. I don't know the Valentine's movie that they did for horror.
Oh, I don't know.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the name.
Oh, well.
All right, up next we have the Batman. I still don't know the plot for this one, but
No
it
one
releases March 4th of 2022. What do you guys think of the new trailer?
I love it. It looks so cool.
So you're not
Although
liking the penguin.
Yeah, the penguin looks like butt. Okay, the penguin just looks like your average guy. He doesn't look like the penguin's supposed to, in my opinion. And he can just go screw himself.
yeah.
I think it's just another Batman movie.
I'm the same way. It's just
I'm excited for Robert Pattinson.
I agree. Robert Pattinson, I had my doubts, but he does look pretty good in this movie.
He deserves a comeback after Twilight. Okay, I'm so happy for him.
What other movies has he done then besides Twilight?
That's the problem. You
I
can't
can look
remember
up-
any of his movies.
He was
after
in
I can
Harry
look
Twilight.
up his
He was in Harry Potter.
discography.
He was the
Yeah, he was
Cedric
Cedric
Diggory.
Diggory. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, right. I forgot
But
about
that was before.
He was only
Twilight.
in one
Yeah.
movie, though, right? Because Cedric died in movie 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just the one.
Yeah. He's done a few movies. None that I'm familiar with. The Lighthouse, I know, is a.
He was
a pretty
in
highly
Lost City
praised
of
one.
Z. That movie was bad.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe this will put him back on the map and actually get him away from the Twilight series,
Yeah,
if that's
I'm-
what he's trying to do.
And then maybe
I'm
he'll
so
get
happy
more
for him.
movie
I'm
spotlight.
hoping so
Exactly.
because I just want to see more of him
I'm
in movies.
I'm
It
excited
sounds
to
like
see
you
all
have
the
a crush on
characters.
him.
No, he's just a cool actor. I like him.
I'm
Team
excited to
Jacob,
see all
Team
these.
Jacob all day.
Team Jacob. Oh my God. Shark Boy is pretty dope.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is pretty
yeah,
cool.
So yeah, all these I like all the characters in this movie. They got the Riddler, Catwoman, they got the Penguin. So
I
it's
still
gonna be
wanna
real
know-
interesting.
That Catwoman's the same one from like her own.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think she's the same actress.
There might be the Joker because he did go and meet someone in the prison.
Yeah, and there was a Joker gang that was attacking
So
Batman.
we might be getting to
a
see
little
Joker.
teaser
So
for the Joker.
Is it gonna be the Joker that
Yeah,
from the movie?
that's what we're thinking because he was old.
That'd be so
And he
cool.
might have been captured. That's
you
why
mean
we're getting-
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
dope.
we might be
that'd
seeing
be
him.
dope.
One thing I'm having a problem with at this movie though is they're having too many villains. So that
Yeah, I can
might
see that.
make the movie bad
like-
if they're trying
Yeah,
to
they're
do too
trying to
much.
shove too much in there.
Yeah.
And just
Mhm.
blurs it.
It's gonna be like Spider-Man 3.
I hope not.
And at
dude.
least Marvel does good with that kind of situation though. I don't know. DC doesn't have a good track record with doing that right now.
Well,
DC
he's
has
referring to the Spider-Man 3, like Tobey
the
Maguire.
2007?
Yeah.
Okay.
The old one.
Tobey Maguire movie.
To be fair, that was last second though, so you got to give him a little leeway there.
That's okay. I'm not fighting about that. I'm saying because I know a lot of people hate that movie.
Yes, I get.
All right, up next we have Black Adam. The plot is unknown, but it releases July 29th of 2022.
That was The Rock, right?
Yes, that was The
Man,
Rock.
They didn't show his face, but I'm excited to
gorgeous.
see
I'm
it.
excited.
They showed his buff chin.
Yeah, that's all I needed to see. I'm like, you sold me. How much is the ticket? $50? Here you go.
Will Black Adam be the anti-hero or something in this, or what? Because obviously it's called Black Adam, so he's gonna have to fight.
Does anyone know anything about him?
I know he's basically the exact same as Shazam. But
I don't know too
evil.
much more beyond that.
And
To be honest,
I know he fights Superman.
I want him and Shazam to fight.
They have to, because they're literally Black Adam is trying to prove he's like the best version.
So is Shazam gonna be in this movie then?
Maybe.
I guess?
They
That'd
might
be
have
cool.
a fight. I could be wrong about his origin. I don't know too much about him. I just know that they fight.
I actually kind of like the Shazam movie. I don't know if you
I
guys
do.
seen it.
Unpopular opinion, yes, I enjoy it too.
I do too. Wait,
It
the
was-
movie is not that good to a lot of people?
It's not the best yet.
Ooh.
What? Really?
No,
I didn't
from
think it
what
was
I
that bad.
recall, it wasn't very well received with a lot of the audiences.
It's got a 7.0. 70%, yeah. It's average.
an
So it's like
Average,
a
yeah.
C movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I say
like,
for
it
a
was
DC movie,
entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
For a
I don't
DC
look at
movie,
the
it was pretty
details
good.
like that though.
Pretty good.
Yeah, for a DC movie, it was pretty high up there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
DC's got a low standard.
A resident Marvel fan.
Like all of the DC movies are like our Fantastic Four and Marvel.
Yeah,
Oh
You're a fan at heart.
I agree. That's actually a very good statement. I like that.
Up next, we have
That was bad.
Peacemaker. Plot: the origin of the DC superhero so dedicated to world peace that he is prepared to use force of arms to achieve it. Releases January 13, 2022.
So this looks interesting.
The
I'll say that.
Captain America, if he didn't give a fuck.
Honestly,
Pretty much, yeah. Captain America if he loved his country more than any
this
human
is
being.
the violent Captain America. This
Pretty
is
much,
like
yeah.
the
Only without the
the-
super.
this is the uncensored
hero.
version of Captain America. There you go.
And from what we saw in the trailer, James Gunn is going to work in this show. So
Oh, that would explain a lot of why
Yeah.
it looks so funny and lively.
yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it's going to do really well once it comes
Okay,
out.
so it's not me. Jesus says Scott's audio is too low.
Okay. I'll
I
turn
thought it
his
was either-
gain up too.
I'm also hoping they cameo the Weasel in this, because I fell in love with the Weasel. It's so funny. Every time he doesn't have to say anything or do anything, he just has to show his face, and I laugh. That's all you
The
got to do.
Weasel.
It's just so funny. I
Does
love
everyone
it.
else sound good, Jesus?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Jesus?
I totally forgot to check what May was going to say.
He says he misses us.
Aw,
we missed
miss
you.
too,
Hope you're
Jesus.
good, bro.
Scott, talk a little bit.
Testing.
Oh, you sound way better, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go.
And now for a minute, I thought it was me. I was like, does Scott sound more quiet? Because I told him to switch
They
his
don't need to hear
mic.
too much. of my
Right,
voice.
he's sitting
I'll
right
say
next
that
to me,
much.
so he sounded good, but that's just because we're so close together. All right, up next we have The Flash. Plot is
Or
unknown,
DC,
but
goddamn.
it's gonna release. It's because they just had an event where they put out all their trailers for everything.
Yeah.
DC's
Really?
doing good right now.
Releases November 4th of 2022. The plot is unknown, but I think it's gonna be about Flashpoint.
November though. Come on.
November.
So
of next year.
it's gonna be a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, it is actually. It's
I don't
gonna
want
be
to
a
wait that
Thanksgiving month.
long.
Well, they gotta work on it. Look at how much stuff they got coming out.
Didn't they say they were going to make a movie, like a Flash movie in like 2017, and they're just now releasing a trailer? Come on.
Well, you know, DC, they got a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
Doesn't always pan out the
Didn't
way they
they-
want it
They're,
to.
they're trying to make sure they're making money. Okay.
Look, they released a schedule for all their movies, and I think they surpassed the schedule like 10 times over by now. So,
Well, this time we actually got product to look at.
yes,
so,
so I'm happy about that. And
yeah,
one
so we know
thing
it's gonna happen.
I like, these guys hate the CW Flash show. I enjoy it to an extent, okay? But I'm not that caught up with it, but I know that the Flash is getting some kind of yellow boots, and I know that's significant somehow.
Because they look cool.
They do look cool.
I mean, they do.
I like it because he's spray paint on.
And Alexi did bring this up while we were watching the trailer. His costume, the Flash's costume in this movie looks really good.
It looks better than Spider-Man's costume.
Oh,
I agree with that, actually.
I was just joking, but
No,
you're
dang.
gonna
I
cosplay as
agree with
Flash
that.
now instead?
I might.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually. I can see that.
I can see Alexa.
I would have to do more studying on Flash before I do that, though.
There is a lot, yeah. What do you think, Scott, as a local Marvel fan?
I don't know. I watched the CW Flash. I thought it was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, see, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's not bad. It was a while ago when I watched it, but
Too bad they don't really make.
Like I said, these are all just DC movies, so my brain's just like, oh yeah, it'll come out. But it's like Marvel. I'm like a dog. I'm like Marvel.
Oh, you can't say that. You have to watch the new Marvel movie still.
Yeah.
The Eternals, bro. It's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, next month isn't it?
Word.
I think so. Yeah.
I still don't know how I feel about it.
Me either. I don't like I don't like the computer CGI.
The CGI, yeah. The CGI looked pretty bad.
I
agree with that. And they're trying to do too much, I think. They're trying to upscale the threat level. Like, we talked about Marvel doing too much right now because they're trying to one-up the entire Infinity Saga in, like, the first
Right, they got to keep people interested.
But right now, they're not keeping us interested because they're not giving us much to work with right now.
See, I think Shang-Chi was pretty good.
Yeah, Shang-Chi was a great movie. Yes.
I think that's honestly going to be the only movie this year that's a 10 out of 10.
Well, we also got Spider-Man coming out the end.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting
that
Spider-Man's
movie also,
bad.
I feel like, is going to do great. But unfortunately, it's the last one that Marvel owns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
then
Sony's like, it's ours now,
But
boy.
like when you think about it, Venom didn't do as high.
That's true. They might come back come crawling back to Marvel, be like, help us.
Help us do this right.
Also, Jesus said Flash smells.
Flash smells? Wow.
I don't know why.
No, you do.
All right, with that, let's get into the spoiler-free. Oh, wait. No, with that, let's get to thoughts before going into the Halloween Kills movie. So what do you guys think before watching the movie?
I thought it was going to be an okay movie. At least okay. I mean, it's a movie like I didn't know. Well, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much. We're not on the spoiler-free side.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that this movie didn't know the movie took place right after
Oh,
the
yeah.
event. I did not know that. I don't know why.
Okay, so my thoughts for the movie was I did not want to go see the movie because I was streaming at the moment when I was like, oh man, I got to see the movie still. And so I had to end my stream early. And then I quickly went to see the movie. And I was like, oh, well, like I watched the first 2018 remake. Of,
You rewatched that one?
I never watched it before, so I watched
really?
it. And then I was like, you know what, let me go watch the second one now. And I didn't know what to expect. And yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I know you haven't seen it, Scott, but what do you think before even watching the trailer, I guess?
I don't know. It seemed like an alright movie. I mean, it seemed interesting, like any other horror movie.
Stop with the ugly laugh like that.
What's with the laugh?
I don't know. Maybe I'll end up watching it. We'll see.
Ooh.
I mean, it looks like something I'd see it and be like, oh, that looks like it's worth watching. You know, something like that.
So I really love the 2018 version of the movie. I ended up buying it on 4K DVD when it came out.
It's good.
Yeah, it's really good. I was looking forward to the continuation. I wasn't really sure how the story was going to play out because, you know, last we left off, Michael was supposed to be burned in the building. So I was like, I wonder what they're going to do now. I mean, they kind of already went all out in the last one. So with that, I guess let's get into the spoiler-free review. All right. Spoiler-free review for Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills was released October 15th of 2021, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, and Andy Maddock. I don't even know how to say the name. Mighty Check. Yeah, directed by David Gordon Green, rated R. Plot summary: the saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode continues in the next thrilling chapter of the Halloween series. What do you guys think without getting into spoilers?
A lot of the acting was bad. I can't even deny that.
I laughed more than I should have, and I don't laugh at horror movies. I don't laugh at horror movies, but this one made me laugh.
Okay, in my opinion, this is not a horror movie. It's a slasher, so it's more of a thrill, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a slasher movie.
You could say most horror movies are that way, though.
I don't know. Black Phone does not look like that, and that one actually looks like a horror movie.
Okay, when you think horror movies, you're gonna classify these in that genre as well.
Yeah,
okay?
to be honest, yeah, because it fits in that genre.
Horror movie means slasher, thriller, all that stuff. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I thought there was too many new characters that were introduced in this new movie.
Well, I think a lot of the characters were based off the old one too.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna get into. Is like, well, first off, we have the original characters from the.
We had some exposition in the movie too.
1980s, I think it was.
78, I believe.
78. Yeah, and now we have the characters from the last movie to care about too. So I'm like, that's a lot of characters of stories.
Not much caring going around though.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you say that, Aleksey?
We'll talk about it later.
I think the kills were still good, and the overall story was easy to follow. I hated the ending, and I'm not going to say much more about it.
there was an actual story though.
Yeah, technically there was.
It's hard to follow. Like you say, it's easy to follow, but I thought it was hard to follow because of how bad it was.
The trailer did seem pretty
19
blurry. Like I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what I'm hinted at here. Just like
It was
chaos.
1978 when the first one came out.
Dang.
It was an early 80s movie.
I think it was one of the first few slasher movies then.
Yep.
So you know something. Oh wait, I don't want to talk about because it's more
Alright,
towards
then
the
talk
spoiler.
about it. Talk about it later.
What stood out in the trailer for you, Scott?
I don't know. I remember pretty much. I think it was just Jamie Lee Curtis. I was like, oh, I know her and other stuff.
Yeah,
and
she's
then
back.
I couldn't think about anything else.
I actually don't recognize the name at all.
She played. She was the original Lori in the '78 movie.
Yeah, and she was also in Freaky Friday. That's
that's what I remember her from. Freaky
Yeah,
Friday.
that's right.
I hate that I remember her from that, but nothing else.
Yeah, that's all I remember her from. I was like,
She was in Knives Out as well. You guys
Okay.
remember that movie?
Alright,
The Chris Pratt movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
Chris-
seen it. Yeah, I
Chris
just don't remember that she was in it. Dang it, I don't know actors.
Yeah, she's a new girl. I didn't know that.
I only know
she was Jessica Day's mom.
good actors.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah.
You hear that? Alexis say he only knows good actors.
I only know good actors. Wow.
She's an actress.
Bro, she's in Beverly Hills
Good
Chihuahua.
What? She's in
Oh my
Beverly Hills.
God.
Which one? Which one?
The original.
Oh no!
God. I haven't seen that
Is
movie
she the
since I
female
was a
chihuahua or
kid.
something? Or is she? Or
No,
she?
she's a human character in
Oh,
that
okay,
movie.
okay.
That's funny.
All right. So, what do you guys rate this movie out of 10?
For Kingsley. I gave it a.
I'm gonna change
No,
my
I'm
rating
gonna
here. I gave it too high.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.
A 4. Ooh. What about you, Javier?
I don't know.
Are you sticking with your answer you said earlier?
Okay, how about 4.5 to make me?
I think I'm gonna give it a 2.
A 2? I gave it a 6.
My lucky number's 5. I'll just go with
You'll
that.
go with
Seems
5?
right-
The
right
trailer
in the middle.
trailer looks like a 5-worthy trailer.
Trailer
I'm
kind of
gonna
looks like
raise it to
a 2,
4.5.
but-
Like a 2?
I'm just gonna go 5.
I don't know. I'll listen to what you guys have to say, and I might go up. But like my original rating was a 6 with you.
Okay. We'll
So-
see. Yeah, we'll see. So the critics from Metascore, you were pretty close with them because they gave it a 42 out of 100. And Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter critics gave it a 42%.
Oh wow.
The audience on IMDb gave it a 6.7 out of 10. And the audience on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 76%.
Are you saying I'm a critic?
I guess both you and Javier are critics.
When you
Well, no,
critique
because I gave it
something, you're
a
critic.
I gave it a 6, and then I dropped down to 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
So he did
the,
watch it twice though.
the average for all those
2.
scores is a 56.75.
Sounds garbage.
Watch it, dude. I'm telling you, watching it twice will make you mad because you
I got
see
mad
all
watching
this
it once.
stupid shit that they do,
Oh
and
my
it's just like, why are you doing this? And I just wanted to walk out. I'm like, I can't do that.
Oh no. All right, before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, I'd like to take a moment to ask you to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. Comment down below or let us know in the chat what you guys think, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helped me out. It means the world to me if you guys check out the Patreon as well. Also, make sure to follow these guys. Their links are in the description. I just hit my mic. And we are also on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere at any time.
Are you on Current
God
Plus?
damn
Oh my
it.
God.
Can we go one stream without
Are
that?
you on glassworld.com?
Glass World?
Yeah.
Did they even have audio files?
Yeah,
on there?
bro, you didn't
I
know
just
that?
want one stream where we don't make that joke.
All
I
right.
gotta do it for both of us, me and Jesus.
Let's get into the spoiler-filled discussions. All right, let's take an in-depth review of Halloween Kills. So, any certain scenes or moments you guys want to start off talking about?
Can we start off with the end? Like,
Wait,
I'm
the
sorry.
end? We're already
Are we
jumping
just
to the end.
spoiler free or
This is
spoiler?
spoiler
Yeah, we
filled.
can talk.
Okay.
Spoiler
You know,
filled.
No, don't start with the end. We gotta save that. We gotta save
Okay,
that.
let's start with the beginning.
Okay.
The
Okay.
fact when they're putting out the fire.
I actually like this
right.
scene.
I like the kills in that scene.
Yeah, but it
Yeah, that's pretty
frustrates
interesting.
me because like they know like Michael Myers is heading over there. The reason why she set it on fire was
They didn't know that.
they didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they didn't know
She-
that they had a.
They just knew there was a fire and they had to go put it out.
Exactly.
My thing is though, is how stupid. All right, this is gonna tie in with the 2018 movie as well. What makes you think that simply setting him on fire will just kill him? You had a gun. You had every other weapon you could possibly use. You shot him in the head once, and you still had bullets probably left. You could have just
kept repeatedly shooting him.
and
They
ended
wanted
him
to
there.
get
But
the
no,
heck
you
out of there.
decided to just set the house on fire and hoped that he died.
Plus, I know they've already done that in another Halloween movie,
And he's-
actually.
Well, so I guess if you guys didn't know this, this remake is similar to the original because in the original they do like the first Halloween, it literally takes place. The second one takes place minutes after.
Yeah,
as well.
that's right.
Yeah, that's
So
I watched the first
like
one.
It's like a repeat like that in that series.
Yeah, I remember watching. Yeah, that was the second movie, and I think that's the one they also set him on fire on too. I don't remember.
Maybe I don't remember though.
I know there was another one they set him on fire, and it didn't kill him.
You know, when it comes to horror movies, setting the villain on fire does not kill him or her.
Well, because he has plot armor.
Yep. Another thing I really like in that scene, though, is all the shots of Michael Myers. When he's about to kill the fireman that fell down, and he's looking down at him, very cool shot of his head there.
Those are all cool.
And when he comes
Cool
out of the building,
cinematography.
the slow motion, it feels like slow motion. It just looks super
As he
cool.
slowly walks out of the burning building.
It just looks so bad.
Everybody gets their weapons ready.
What's Obi barking at?
Probably the cat. I'll go get him. But yeah, everybody gets their weapons ready.
I'm gonna take a look.
All right, so what do you guys...
I mean,
Like,
like during that
or
during that
not
so,
like.
during that whole scene, I thought it was funny how each fireman died because aren't they trained too? Like they work out every
They work
day.
out. Or the way they died, yeah, it was a bit ridiculous.
Well,
like,
they
they
were
didn't even
wearing-
stand a chance.
They were wearing their heavy equipment because they were about to go into a
Well,
blazing
I
building.
don't think all of them were though.
The one with the saw, though, that one was the most unrealistic one, though. Like,
Yeah.
they were about to swing it, but he just...
he caught it like one arm, just like let me
Like-
just turn this around. And,
Scott, you
And
were
he
a
just
fireman
like-
in training. Do you think a fireman could take on Michael Myers?
I could take out Michael Myers. That dude's got a knife. Just give me
And
a gun.
isn't the dude like 70 by now or something like that?
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
old as hell.
He's
Hey.
an old
Well, he
man.
could be like immortal. Maybe he's like more of like a different.
I
kind of
mean,
being.
that's what.
That's kind of what they were going for, yeah.
let's
Yeah,
not
so-
talk about that ending yet.
Not
Not yet.
But basically, yeah, they all had like axes and stuff ready to kill Michael Myers, and he slaughtered them all because he overpowered them all. It was a little ridiculous how it was like 5v1 and nobody was able to take him down.
I know, just like this random dude and all the firefighters basically
Well-
just give up on life to kill me.
Well, see, the
I
thing
ain't
was,
gonna fight back.
that's why it frustrated me at the beginning because, like, it was, like you said, it was like, I think it was like 7v1.
Yeah.
None of them attacked at once. It was like, let me go mano
at a
to
time.
mano.
One at a
My
time.
boy, do you not know who this guy
A fireman's
is?
axe has so much more reach than a knife, and that's all I could say.
Yeah.
It does suck.
But the guy didn't. No, but
true.
Michael Myers didn't walk out with a knife. Just a heads up. He walked out with like a pitchfork kind of thing.
Something.
Yeah, he's something sharp, some stick thing,
Because
yeah.
it was like something what firefighters use, I guess.
Oh,
But-
right, and he jammed it into somebody's
Yeah,
face.
but like like all these guys just standing there watching him one by one. Like, okay,
Yeah,
you
attack
go
him
first.
all at once.
Another thing I didn't like is somebody sprayed him with the fire hose, and that thing's supposed to like have a lot of
Yeah, it
force
had
and push
no
you back.
pressure at all.
It
That
was
thing
like a
was-
little squirt gun was shooting at him.
Well, I think the reason why it had no power because I think it was connected to the truck.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah.
No,
even
but
then.
like, but there's not that
Oh,
much.
there's less pressure
yeah,
on the
there's
trucks?
less pressure.
I didn't know
There's
that.
just probably just enough water to like put down the fire, but not enough to put it
Is
out.
this true?
I don't know. I think he's talking off his ass.
When we were at band camp,
I don't know.
I think the fire truck has a lot of force, just like a fire.
when we were
hydrant.
at band camp,
It's literally a truck built to like.
Put out fires?
Yeah, but how many gallons can a truck really hold?
I don't
a
know.
lot, but all I know is
More
when we
than
were at
one.
band camp,
More than one.
my senior year, we had actually, because it was really hot that one day, and then they actually had a fire truck come by, and
Yeah, it
they
sprays
let us,
hard.
and they let
Oh.
us try out the hose, and that hose has a lot of pressure, like a lot.
Oh, I remember that.
We
yeah.
had to really hold it in
Hey,
order
you-
not to get pushed back.
Hey, you know what they were? Then you know what they were connected to? The freaking well. They're connected to a freaking well. There was no way. There was no way that should have not pushed him back.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was pretty messed up.
Obi.
Let me go get him again. Next, I want to talk about the bar scene. If you guys want to start with that, where everybody's reuniting at the bar.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of that scene.
It wasn't in the trailer. I don't know.
There was there's some exposition about that before that trailer as well. So like they're looking at the kid's background and stuff, showing how he survived an encounter with Michael Myers. I didn't like that scene at all. I didn't like the exposition at all.
So in that scene, my favorite part was the stand-up comedian with the puppet. I'm
my
sorry,
gosh,
yeah.
that's funny. He was just like, and then he just shit, and then it covered his mouth, and
I think that was just forced.
Jeff
it was
Dunham
very
cameo?
forced
Did I miss
comedy.
it?
Kind of, yeah.
no, but yeah, no,
The
that
puppet looked like something from Jeff Dunham.
I don't know, like
That's
that,
what
that the
that's what I
bar
got.
scene.
Puppets are creepy,
It
man.
depends. If we're talking about before the scene, the commercial with Michael Myers, or we're talking after.
I can narrate it. So, reuniting on Halloween night, a group of friends who survived Michael Myers' attacks gather around, meeting two new friends, a doctor and a nurse. Suddenly, they hear the news that Michael is on the loose, causing chaos. Tommy Doyle gets everyone together to hunt him down.
Doyle.
Yeah, that's his name.
Doyle.
So the thing with the scene is we already get introduced to a lot of characters to keep track of. And like we were talking about earlier, they were characters from the original film that have grown up, but still that's a lot of new characters that like you had to care for and stories to follow, especially in like the first like 10 minutes of the film. It's like, oh, by the way, we were there on the original Halloween night, and now we're all going to team up and kill Michael Myers.
I mean, at least they said they'll team up.
Well, I don't like the fact that character goes in the car and she's like, Michael Myers is in the back. But the only reason why she says that is because of the news. They showed they said that they said on the TV what was it? What's the word?
Two insane people. I don't know. It was
one.
like an insane asylum.
Yeah,
that they escaped from.
two people escaped from the bus.
I think she was the doctor, so let's just refer to her as Doctor.
Okay.
Because I can't find her
Yeah,
character's name.
She is the doctor. She said, I'm a doctor. My husband's a
The
nurse.
nurse, yeah.
So, but like the doctor, the fact she goes and runs into the car, like, oh, look at that whole area. Oh, I live over there. Let's leave because I'm scared. I want to go home. But the fact that she just assumes that Michael Myers is in the freaking back seat.
To be fair, she was scared out of her mind.
Yeah,
so.
but like they only showed one picture, and it was if out of that whole picture, what makes you think Michael Myers is not going to be wearing his jumpsuit with his mask on already?
That's true. I got one thing about the scene in the bar. It's just about the characters. They say they survived an encounter with Michael Myers, right? But then they go on to make the stupidest mistakes.
Try to find them.
To find Michael Myers. It is so dumb. Like, they have experience with Michael Myers, but they still do not do good.
But what's funny to me is how like one of the ladies, she was really old and she did not look like she was in shape, like the best shape to like try to fight Michael.
Yeah.
The other two, like maybe Tommy had a chance.
Which was Tommy?
Tommy was the bald guy that was leading everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a chance, but I'm trying to think the other guy. I don't know his name either.
The nurse?
Robbie, I think his name.
Oh.
I don't know his
Obi.
name.
Oh, you're talking about the main character's dad? Or the main boy's dad?
Yeah.
I forgot his name as well. I'm looking for his character.
While you're looking for him, back to the doctor again. The way she died.
Lonnie. Yep.
Lonnie is his name. But yeah, they had like... I lost track what I was going to say.
Okay,
Lonnie,
I'll
you were
talk.
saying something about them looking out of shape or something?
Well, yeah, because that guy, Lonnie, didn't even look like he was in the best shape. Like, how are they going to fight him? Like,
Well,
Michael...
Lonnie had all the weapons.
Swinging.
Lonnie had all the guns,
And that
remember?
didn't help him at all.
At least
My boy,
gotta try.
my boy Michael over here's a ninja, boy. He come up and cut. I said, boom, I'm over here. Boom, I'm over here. And Lonnie's
Yeah,
like...
you're right. They should have just sat down and been, okay, just kill me, man. Like, they shouldn't have even tried. Yeah, you're right. They're too fat. Too fat to
too
even
fat
try
to
to fight for your life. Just give up.
Are we going to talk about the park scene?
Yeah, that's
one-
the next
okay.
scene before.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
It's sort of in the same scene. It's the way the doctor died. Okay, so she escaped through the window, and she fell right next to the car, right? But then when she's
Whoa,
about to...
we're not
Yeah,
talking
that-
about the
that-
park scene. That's the next scene.
That's that's park area.
No,
All right,
we're
well-
talking about the bar still.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll start off the park scene. So, the scene where, the new crew dies at the park. So, after meeting all these new characters, quite a few of them go their separate way, even though they said they were going to team up. They explore a park in the middle of the night, and I don't understand why they would venture alone, seeing as how Michael is a skilled and known killer.
Yeah.
Regardless, one of the characters confronts some children, questioning why they're out so late. Only for her to see Michael slaughter all her friends in the car. It's a brutal scene, and I'll give props because this movie does have some funny moments too, like where Michael kicks the car door and makes the doctor dressed as a nurse shoot herself.
That was the best.
So
That was
she
pretty
was
sick.
she was holding up a gun, walking up to the car, and she was outside of the car. She's gonna shoot him, and then Michael just kicks the door, and she shoots herself in the face from the recoil.
I have a problem with that, actually.
I'm
Before
telling you,
that,
Scott, if you watch this movie, you're gonna get heated.
I have a big problem with that because she got out of the car, right? But she fell next to the car. So how did she end up like 100 feet away from the car with her gun? If she was,
Bro, how did she not shoot him?
That's what I'm
She should
saying.
have turned around like, oh, there he is. Bah,
She
bah.
jumped out with her
Plot
gun,
armor.
and while he was still on top of the car. So where was she with her gun when he was still on top of the car? She could have blasted his brains out.
I think no. Well, the thing was, he was still yanking that old lady's hair.
He still could have
he
shot
ripped
her.
off that lady's
Yeah,
hair.
but
That's
that
crazy.
was my like. Well, see, why the heck were there 3 kids out at night with no
Trick or
supervision?
treating.
I mean,
but,
those
like,
kids
it was-
also did break and enter someone else's house to steal their candy. So to be fair, they're pretty nasty kids.
You know, did they? I know this is weird, but did they talk about the, during the flashback in the beginning, did they talk about those 3 kids? Were they friends in that? Were they the friends in
The original? Or
They were
back when the
bullies.
first night?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think they weren't
They were
friends.
bullies.
Yeah.
I know, but did they grow up to? I don't know.
Maybe after the
After
encounter.
encounter, yeah, they probably got close through an unfortunate
Almost
encounter.
Yeah. After the murders.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene was was kind of stupid.
No.
But Michael did end up killing a child in that movie, so it was interesting to
It's a brutal death. too.
yeah, because
Well, see, in the first one, he killed nothing but child, because he killed nothing but teenagers. I've
he
heard.
killed teenagers, but this one he killed like a child, like a trick or treating kid.
Yeah, well, he just wanted to make sure no
So
witnesses.
I think that was the first time he did that. I don't know for sure.
We don't
But
even
it's
get to
a
see
neat
it
twist.
though,
Yeah, he's just holding the bloody mask.
so he could have just
It's the
cut
It's
his.
implied.
Yeah, it's implied that he might have killed him, but there's no proof that he killed the kid.
Kid's dead.
The kid's dead. But like the old lady,
He's not gonna just take the mask and not kill the kid.
the old lady made so like, in all 4 of them, the old lady. Why the heck was she blowing out all the windows? Dude, that made
that
no
was dumb.
sense.
That
was
was
so
so
dumb.
Okay, so like
shooting all the
a
windows.
gun, you could think about it from this perspective. Scott, a gun has power behind it. Why wouldn't you not shoot up in a car?
Michael was on the roof.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just let me see if I hit him, and then if
Yeah.
he falls, then you're like, okay, now it's time to get out.
But
and
no.
then
She was
the
holding her
doctor.
hand out the window, trying to go like this.
No, she was just like his hand was like
Smacking the
smack
window.
She blasted the window.
He's like,
She was
oh,
trying
no.
to shoot his hand.
Shoots
blasted all
shoots
the windows out.
Shoots first window she shoots is the one right behind her.
Oh, and then she hits the car lock button.
She's like, oh, let me make sure he doesn't get it. Click. And everyone else is like, leave. And then she's waving the gun. I was like, oh my God, don't shoot me.
So basically, Michael Myers had access inside the car
Yeah, already.
because she blew out all the windows.
Well, no, then she blows. The next one she blows is the other, where the doctor's at. She
So
blows.
dumb.
He does the same thing right there. Bam. She's like, oh, bam. She's like, oh, I'm out of here. And then the doctor, the guy, the husband was just like, okay, go. And then she gets out, falls. I'm surprised she didn't cut her foot.
Yeah.
Because she has no shoes on. Don't
That's
forget.
true, yeah.
And there's glass on the floor, so she runs. the husband was just like, okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. And then Michael.
Michael. Jason's a different series.
Jason Voorhees.
But Michael yeets her hair. Just like, come over here. And starts trying to kill her like that. And
Yep. That was brutal.
then,
I did
Oh,
like what the nurse did, though. He acted pretty accurately. He tried to strangle Michael. So
Yeah,
that
he
was
stood
good.
up
But
to him.
unfortunately, Michael was unaffected by it at all.
Michael never dies.
But it was still probably the smartest move I saw in the movie.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great. I thought it was great. And I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, that's just dumb, dude. You're not going to kill him.
Yeah.
But he acted appropriately in that situation. If he couldn't escape right away, he acted appropriately.
His death was like, I felt like one of them pretty gruesome.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the eye, right?
And his is like the one, I think the only one you can really see, I believe, in the whole movie.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Like the only one that shows like his actual stab and
Oh, okay.
everything. Because I think everything else they just kind of pan out more.
When he kills that one family, the elderly family, the ones
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
with the toy.
Yeah, that
thing.
one was pretty good.
That one was real. He
Well,
showed
I mean,
that.
but they didn't really show like a lot
He
of.
stabbed the
I
lady
wonder-
straight up with the light.
I wonder if she's alive because she was staring at Michael
No.
as he
No,
was.
she probably
That was
blended
such a depraved scene, though, where after he killed the old man, Michael repeatedly just
Yeah,
takes a whole
why
knife
was
set
that?
and stabs every knife into the old man,
That's
even though he's
not-
dead.
That's not like Michael. So I wonder what's going on with his psyche for him.
He's probably,
Is he
he's
just?
probably gone.
He's like,
He's
oh,
probably
you
gone
guys
now,
got
yeah.
a whole knife set? Let me just use them all on this one dead
and then
person.
he just
He wasn't
keeps the
trying to be
one.
wasteful, man. He
Oh,
wanted to
because
value.
I
He
feel like
wanted to make sure she was dead.
I
She's
feel
like, die, die, die.
I feel like the further you go into the movie, the more gone Michael gets.
Well, they
Because
talk,
he's
they
starting
kind of
to.
talk about it like midway.
Yeah, because they're trying to
it's
find
like-
his motive, and they just
He
can't
has no
figure it
motive.
out. Yeah. Because at first, everybody assumed he was just after Lori, but he doesn't actually give a fuck about Lori. He
No, I wonder what is.
And then everybody's like, well, maybe it's the house. And then he does make his way towards the house, but
I think that's because that's just his home. So
yeah,
he just wants to go back home.
that's where his first kill was.
His very first kill.
His older sister. All right. Now let's talk about the Big John and Little John.
Those are my favorite characters in the whole movie.
After scaring away some trick-or-treaters, Big John and Little John prepare for a movie night. They are comfortable when suddenly they hear knocking at the back door. After inspecting and finding no one there, they head to the front door. Then Little John realizes he left the back door open and someone is in the house. That someone is none other than Michael Myers. So at first I wasn't too sure why we were getting so many scenes of these characters. Yeah, before this moment, until they revealed whose house they lived in, which was Michael Myers' original house.
They did good to that house, though.
Yeah, I know. They upgraded the fudge off that house.
That study?
Yeah, I know, right? Woo.
And yeah, like you guys said, I actually like these characters.
This characters made the movie.
They were the most likable characters in the entire movie.
And it's a shame that the film made me build an attachment to them only for them to be killed so quickly.
That's what's so funny. Those are the only two characters I swear to God I remember. Really? Because the old guy was Little John.
Their names were obviously so easy to remember as well. So.
I know, well, yeah.
Yeah, when they were searching around the house, they kept calling to each other.
But then, I found it weird that they stopped saying, once he got past the study, he was just he walks in the bedroom, he calls Little John, and then Little John doesn't respond.
Yeah.
It almost makes him seem like Little John died at first.
Yeah, but I guess he was just too absent-minded at the time. Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty sad moment, Michael murdering all of them.
Yeah. That's the only time I actually felt bad for the characters dying.
Yeah.
But while we're at this house right now, this isn't towards the end yet, but it's when the girl and her ex-boyfriend go to the house. They find the dead body, but they knew that this was Michael's house. They knew that Michael's is here, right? Mm-hmm. And as they find the dead bodies, right? She says, "Oh, are you okay?" No, the dude's dead. Don't look at the dead body because you already know he's dead, right? So go stick together. Stick together. I can't stress that enough. Stick together.
Bro, that's not how this movie worked.
It's split up. What are you talking about?
Bro, it's always one-on-one, bro. One-on-one mono. A guy who has superhuman strength versus a regular guy. It's always how it's gotta be, bro.
And since we're at this house, it's the father this time, the one, and he's like, whatever you guys do not leave this car. And he thought he could take this guy on by himself. And he dies like that.
Dude, his death was so quick. It's like 2 seconds.
And how did he get up there where they found his body? How did they find him in there?
I don't know, dude.
Didn't they pan out to a different scene at that time?
I think so, yeah.
That's probably why.
I think they panned back to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Are we gonna talk about the hospital scenes now?
Yeah, so these are just some thoughts I had during the movie, though. Why is everyone just finding out about these murders after, this all takes place during the same night, and they didn't find out till hours later that these murders were happening?
The cops are incompetent.
Even though Michael went on a killing spree the last movie, and it all takes place in the same night.
How many people did he kill that last?
He killed a lot. He went house to house just stabbing people. He killed an officer, or
he killed I think 2 officers because they show it in the beginning, like one of them with the skull, the light in the head in the skull.
Yeah, which
is still the coolest death ever. I feel like if you ever go back to that, you've seen the movie the 2018 with the skull lighting up.
Say again.
Where he puts an officer's head in a pumpkin, you know what I'm saying?
Like as a pumpkin?
He puts a flashlight inside an officer's head and makes him a jack-o'-lantern.
That's the coolest.
They show that head in the beginning of the
this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly, I'm trying to think.
That was pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense because the intros always start off with the pumpkin with the jack-o'-lantern. Mm-hmm. I also was wondering, how did practically every single person succumb to the mob mentality in the hospital?
Because of Doyle.
Yeah, he literally got everyone
he was
too
pissed
hyped
off about
up.
it, and he was probably waiting for something like this to happen.
He got everybody hyped.
Well, the problem with that is because everyone who was there were people who's lost someone. From the previous movie. The mom, remember, she walked her, "Where's my son?" And then she started spelling his son's name.
He ended up being murdered. And
then she finds him. Because they're all mobbing through the whole freaking
hospital.
And then she looks always she starts crying There you go.
I kind of actually feel bad for the insane person that escaped, though, because the way his death was very brutal. It's probably one of the saddest deaths in the entire show because they led him to this situation. I understand he was insane, so he was probably trying to escape his reality anyways, but that still doesn't make it okay for what they drove him to do.
Yeah, let me narrate the scene. So this was my favorite moment, was the hospital, right? So after confusing an escaped mentally ill prisoner with Michael Myers, all the town loses their minds in the hospital. They chase down mistaken prisoner who's seeking first aid. Up until this film, I disliked the mother, Karen, Allison's mother. She was a character who like held back her daughter and from her grandmother, Lori, and ultimately let the family be unprepared for Michael's attacks. However, in this film, I thought her character was the best. She kept a level head despite all the chaos of every other character in the film. She was the voice of reason who was right all along. And it was such a tragic and heartbreaking scene when she tried to protect this mentally ill prisoner, only for him to see no way out, therefore committing suicide by jumping out of the hospital building.
His scene was pretty gruesome, Scott. They show a lot. Like isn't his whole back just blown out?
Yeah, they show him, like the camera literally falls out of the building, like from his perspective, like as if you're seeing yourself hit the pavement. And then they pan out, and his body's all over the floor.
How do you land on his back?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he did a twist at the end.
No, because like you pointed out, his whole body, like he jumps
He drives head first.
Yeah, the fact, like he literally shows his hands in front of him. So the fact that is like then he pan out to the audience view, they show him on his back. His arms are out forward.
He's like this.
That might be it. Yeah, that's how I think he
know,
probably landed because he was slightly.
If the building was tall enough, he'd do some rotation like involuntarily.
He was like almost.
It was like 12 floors high.
It was a pretty big hospital, yeah. Hospitals are usually pretty giant like that, city hospitals.
Yeah, that's how I want to go.
That's a little dark right now.
No, I already died, but like I want to be thrown off a building, but dead though. That's my funeral. Right there.
That's
Oh, you want to
It's
be
like a
alright.
Viking send off, but I just plop on the pavement.
Oh my god, I feel bad for the janitor. Clean your
No,
body.
don't clean me up. Don't clean me up. Let me decompose there. That's what I want.
You don't let the little alley cats go.
Let the birds take you.
No, I don't want the janitor. I want the CEO of that building. Whoever is the macho, he has to clean me up. That's what I want.
Oh my
will.
god.
I don't want a cleaner to do it. I want someone that doesn't get their hands dirty. I want to ruin their day.
I'm gonna get the guy from Power Wash Simulator to come do it.
Oh, there you go. What was your guys' favorite moments in the movie?
Mine were all the gay couple. I love Little John and
Big John and Little John. Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
Also, I did like the old people. They're freaking funny.
Oh yeah, the old couple in
Totally
the
died.
My favorite scenes are the ones where they have like a close up of Michael's face because those are like they make him look so menacing and like overbearing in those shots. Like I said in the beginning,
They actually build fear and tension in him.
in
Yeah,
the beginning
they
where
do a
he's
good
looking
job.
down on the fireman, and then when he comes out of the building on fire with that music, it was just so cool.
I like the house burning down.
You like the same scene as Aleksey.
Yeah, it was good. That's all I remember from the trailer. It was burning, and then he like walked out of the fire.
It was
cool,
epic,
right?
dude.
Yeah.
You watched this, at least you watched the second movie that we're gonna talk about today.
No, I didn't watch that either.
So you're just here just to have fun.
It was on HBO Max. I didn't have it, and I wasn't gonna pay for that. So I looked it up on Wikipedia. I was like, oh,
Yeah, at least
I
he
know
actually
this.
researched it. He does know a little bit about Nightmare on Elm
Yeah,
Street.
but I remember watching it a while ago when it first came out.
That means you can at least.
Yeah, I can talk about it a little bit more. A little bit more than that movie.
All right, now time for some moments that should be cut, and I think we all agree the ending.
Yeah, that needs to disappear.
So after
Based on
luring,
what y'all are saying, it sounds terrible.
after luring Michael to a trap,
Listen.
Karen and the town unleash hell upon him, stabbing, shooting, and beating the hell out of the Michael while he lies on the ground helpless. Yet he
such a good
still
scene.
survives and massacres everyone, including the mother Karen. I get that Michael is the embodiment of evil, and I get that studios want to keep making these movies for profit. But it was just so like stupid and ridiculous of an ending. Like, if Michael is always gonna win, what's the point in watching? Why would anybody want to watch? Like, if you know nobody has a chance of beating him.
All right, yeah, this seems so. They presumed him already dead because he wasn't moving at all. But then the old lady,
the old man.
No, old lady. They pan to her and she starts talking about Michael and all that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
like
as she's
how he
narrating,
spirit, yeah.
and as she's narrating, Michael just gets up and stabs Doyle, or however he kills him.
No,
He kills Doyle last, I think.
Yeah, no, like it shows that he
first.
kills the old man first because the old man was supposed to walk him and shoot him in the head.
Oh yeah.
And then he grabs a knife behind him and turns around, slashes him through the throat, like shoot him, and then it goes to the pan. So him killing like 40 people.
Yeah, they killed the whole town practically.
Yeah,
like
it's
who's
so
left?
ridiculous.
And what's irritating about it, again, it shows a mano to mano.
Yeah.
There's
No one
jump.
gangs up.
Yeah, no one games up. It's just one-on-one action.
Well, when they did gang up, it didn't even matter because he got back up.
Yeah, but at least, he kills the old man. The old man walked up to him. What do you expect? Everyone else should have been like, let's go. Let's get him right now. Let's go. And no, one-on-one. It shows one person at a time.
I don't know, but at that
Bang.
point, after you had like already stabbed and shot, and everybody had already done that, and you see him get back up, would you want to go through with it again, even though you know it's probably not going to work?
Here's a good idea. If you know these kind of villains, chop their legs and arms off. They can't get up or use their arms if they don't have them.
What irritated me also about it was Karen.
You didn't like Karen? I liked her in this movie.
Well, no, I liked her how she was calm, but I did not like that very end when she stabs him. Why did she not stab him in the head?
Why not stab him in the
I
spine
don't
so
know.
he can't
Maybe
use
she
his
was
limbs?
nervous.
Hey, if someone knows to go for the head, it's Thor. So it counteracts different movies as well. Go for the head.
Yeah, but the fact, no, because she stabs him in the top of the spinal cord.
Okay, sure.
But I don't think she went deep enough.
Maybe, yeah. Either way,
That's always
he's
an
just
issue.
immortal.
Everybody-
Yeah, well, that's what made me frustrated. I'm like, why did you not stab him in the head?
I get that they're trying to do a trilogy here, but they should have ended it with this.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
I
you gotta end a franchise eventually. You
Oh, yeah,
can do a reboot eventually, but not. This has been going on for what over
Way too long.
And then she
Almost-
dies, Scott. Karen dies at the very freaking end.
All Karens need to
more
die.
than 40 years.
Nothing.
It's been more than 40 years since the first movie.
Yeah, it's
78 was the first one.
Yeah,
when it
so-
came out.
Damn.
been a long while.
They were at like 40.
This movie's already
43
middle-aged.
years.
Yeah, middle age. You have to,
So you got
Yeah, this is the midlife crisis of the movie. That's what's going on here.
It's trying to find
The
itself
ending-
halfway through its life.
The ending of this movie gives me Jason X vibes at the start of Jason X, where he gets revived again. So, just saying.
So what are you guys' final ratings for this film?
I'm gonna give it a. I gave it a 4, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Fine.
I went up because it was still an okay movie, regardless of how bad the ending was.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there's so much for y'all to talk about and like say stuff, it sounds like it wasn't boring. You know?
Yeah, it was
not
entertaining.
boring.
So I'd probably
I did
still,
want to fall asleep sometimes, though.
yeah, I'd probably still stick with a 5,
I'm going with 6.
just based on what I heard.
I'll just go with the 4.
You're going with 4? All right.
I'll go up 2 points.
Let's read some of these online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it a 7 out of 10. While not perfect, this installment of Halloween franchise was quite effective. The entire audience was screaming and shouting and just in general having a spectacular time. The storyline
This dude is whack.
the storyline was modern, but yet paid homage to the original. The scares, the gore, the stupid decisions, it all comes together to make one killer movie.
That is fact.
This dude's
That
such
is
a nerd.
At least they acknowledge the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
This next one does not, though.
All right, yeah, this Metacritic user gave it a 75 out of 100.
No, not that one.
Green seems less interested in rewriting the Halloween playbook than in giving audiences what they came for, from ghastly scares to a ghoulish score. It's a strategy that promises to make the series as immortal as Michael Myers himself. So basically, he's like harping on the writers, because like, yeah, you're just going for the money more than you are for the actual story.
Which, I mean, what do
Yeah,
you expect? This
probably.
is just remakes. So
Yeah,
not
They're
actually.
just trying to cash some money in.
Yeah,
That's all they're
these
doing.
aren't original ideas. They're just remaking into a modern version.
Yeah, that's
One-
pretty much what they're doing.
It's one
And I
killer
like
movie.
This next
that was
review,
pretty bad.
this next review needs to like not exist.
Wait, that one says that, and the next review, it's a killer movie?
No, that was in the first review we read. He said it was a killer movie.
Yeah, that was the ending of it. I was just making fun of him again.
So this Rotten Tomatoes audience gives it a 5 out of 5. Best Halloween movie ever.
Wait, what? Read it again.
This Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 5 out of 5, saying best Halloween movie ever.
Well, that was Trick or Treat, and they gave you a trick.
Oh my
It
god.
wasn't a trick to watch. So that sounds
Oh my gosh. This Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a rotten. this lurching, directionless corpse of a film relies far too much on the knowledge that it has one installment. Next year's Halloween ends, in which to figure out what the whole blasted trilogy should be about.
Go off.
Pretty much, yeah. he's had no mercy for this.
Like
I mean, but he's not wrong. They made all these mistakes because they knew, oh, we still got one more movie.
it might have been rushed too.
Wait. So there's gonna be another
Yes.
one?
Yeah,
Trilogy.
trilogy. That's why he had to survive.
They're like, oh, fuck, we still need a movie for
Watch
next
him
year.
not even die for the last movie either.
For
They're
next
probably
time.
not. He's too beloved.
Watch him not die.
It's gonna be too beloved. 'Cause for the first Michael Myers, they made like 4 or 5 of them, I think.
They made a lot, dude.
Before- 'cause
There's a lot of.
They tried to reboot it a couple times as well.
There's 3 of the original, and then there's 3 more of what they call the Thorn trilogy, where he has like a thorn tattoo. And then there's the Rob Zombie movies. He made 2 Halloween movies.
Which ones did he make?
I think I watched the first one like one time, and then that's it. And then these 2.
So if you guys enjoyed this so far, check out our previous podcast. We upload new episodes weekly. Also check out our Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. And follow these guys on their social media links.
I just tried to wink at it, but I winked with the wrong eye.
When I wink, I use both eyes.
So, time for a spoiler-free review of Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare of Elm Street was released November 16 of 1984, starring Heather Langenkamp, Johnny Depp, and Robert Englund. Directed by Wes Craven, rated R.
Wait, Johnny Depp is in this?
It's his first movie, I believe. Plot summary. The monstrous
Right.
spirit of a slain child murderer seeks revenge by invading the dreams of teenagers whose parents were responsible for his untimely death. What are your guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers?
I didn't want to watch it.
You didn't want to watch it?
I didn't know. I mean, my thought was, I remember it being good, like really, really good, and like
It's an average movie.
Yeah, I feel like it's like middle of the road
Yeah.
horror movie. It's just stereotypical.
So yeah, that's something that May brought up to me too. It's like these movies are held in such high regard, but when you actually like watch it, you're like, what is everybody hyping this up for?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
with how
that's
old
why-
it is, and
yeah,
it
that's
still
why.
can be like eh. Like,
Because
Yeah.
we
that's
don't get any
something,
good
you know?
horror or thriller movies these
I
days.
think part of it was because at the time this was like a really advanced like
yeah,
Stuff.
it
horror
was
stuff.
1981, right, or 82?
84. Yeah, and there was I think
movie.
I think people are also nostalgic for it because maybe some of the
Yeah.
people who watched it as a kid are like adults now, and they're like, oh my god, I remember that movie scared me so much as a kid.
Same with the
Chickens.
same with the first It.
Yeah.
That movie scared the shit
Yeah.
out of me.
That made a lot
Really?
of people scared of clowns.
That's still kind of creepy though. I've
Yeah.
rewatched
I mean,
it
it's a
recently.
creepy
Me
movie,
too.
but it's
I
not
want to
that
watch it.
bad.
The whole freaking shower scene.
Yeah,
Where-
that
dude,
scene used to freak me the heck
Man,
out.
that scared me the most because I think about like
Maybe that's the one we should watch next.
because I remember
The
watching.
original? It?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I watched it recently with my sisters, and I was just sitting there watching. I'm like, man, all I could think about is when I was younger. I'm like, that shower scene scares me because literally a lot of schools have showers.
Yeah,
and they all
dude.
go to the drain like that. I'm like, man, what?
Oh, that
That's
scene,
creepy.
yeah.
yeah. That scares me.
All right, but as for Nightmare of Elm Street, it's not really scary, but it is a slasher. And the
Yeah.
acting to me kind of seemed really fake, especially the dialogue. And the story was kind of inconsistent.
Yeah,
but
they don't
it's
really- there's a lot of plot holes that they don't explain.
exactly. But it's still a staple in horror, and the special effects were really good
For its
the
time.
Yeah, for its time. So what do you guys rate it out of 10?
Still, I get like I was telling. I think I give it a 7.
I'll stick with a 7.
I'm also at a 7.
I'll go 5.
You go 5?
Yeah, I feel like it's just
Average.
Average.
Yeah, it's mellowed out over time. Let's look at the online rating. So the critics from Metascore gave it a 76 out of 100. Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter gave it a 95.
They're wrong.
They're wrong.
The audience from IMDb gave it a 7.5 out of 10. And the Rotten Tomato audience gave it an 84%. So the average for all these scores is an 82.5 out of 100.
Okay, it might be a little too high, but again,
Yes.
it's probably for
Like I said, they're
like
wrong.
the
Older reviews and stuff.
like nostalgic.
Yeah,
But
nostalgia.
that one versus Halloween.
I wouldn't even get
Kills, though.
nostalgic
Which
about
one-
this movie.
Which one do you prefer?
Which one?
Yeah. This one and the other one we just reviewed. Which one do you like more?
This one.
This one way more.
Yeah,
Really?
No, I thought you were trying to say the 2018 Halloween. Oh, that one. The
the 2018 Halloween I would prefer too.
Yeah.
I didn't like the 2018 as much either.
What?
No.
Really?
No,
Like,
2018 one was pretty good.
it was
was
okay,
awesome.
but it's definitely better than.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, it's definitely better than
Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills, but it's not great either.
All right. So before we jump into the spoiler-free review, like, comment, subscribe, and follow these guys on their social media links. We are on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere at any time.
Are you on
Oh
vet.com?
my gosh. Now with that, let's get into the spoiler-filled review. All right, let's take an in-depth review of Nightmare on Elm Street. Any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about in the story?
Not the scene, but this is like the lore of it. You said the kid, like, I like the part where they lose fear. The main girl loses the fear of
towards
Freddy.
the end of the film?
Yeah, I like that part because it's easy to see how that can work. Like, she set it up, and then she happened to dream about her bedroom having all these traps in it. Like, that's just a little unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
That the amount of control that requires.
Yeah,
is
she suddenly
beyond
mastered
her.
it.
Yeah, that's beyond her to do that right away because it takes years to build up a lucid dream to be able to control it to that level.
And then she dies.
And then she dies.
He's gone.
And if she did die, that would be more realistic.
I think she does. I don't think in
In the first one, no.
Are you sure?
She's alive.
All right, let's start at the beginning. So Tina being killed by Freddy. After having sex with her boyfriend, Tina and Rod fall asleep, deep asleep. Suddenly, Tina had a nightmare about Freddy. Except this nightmare is real, and she is brutally murdered by Freddy. What I don't like about the scene is Rod's reaction. It seems so fake. Like, I get supernatural things were happening in front of him, but I don't know. He just seemed like too relaxed. He was just kind of sitting in the corner staring at it as it happened. And
He didn't even try to wake her up.
Yeah.
No, he didn't even try. He didn't do anything. He just hi.
He just stared. He just watched it all happen,
He's
and then
like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like, whoa,
and then
man.
once it was all over, that's when he started to freak out. He's like, "Oh shit, she's dead."
At that moment when you that happens and you could see the claw marks going down the
That
down
was
the
a cool
center.
scene, actually.
Yeah, that's-
I would have walked over like, hey, wake up, wake up, you're dying, wake up.
I did like the special effects, like her being dragged around on the ceiling was
Dude,
pretty
yeah,
dope.
that was actually
The reason why I like the cut up scene is because because he cut it so cleanly. It took it a second for the blood to actually show up and all that. So because it was such a clean cut, but then
Clean and fast.
give it a
yeah.
couple seconds and then it
Starts
started
gushing
opening
out.
up, gushing. That was really good. And one unbelievable thing is we all know how slasher movies go. They stop the teens from having sex, but Freddy failed at that. The teens managed to hit it.
Well, remember,
okay?
you gotta
They had a
remember.
really
failed.
good night before she died.
Hey,
She-
you
Pretty
gotta-
much, yeah.
Wow.
You remember, he only comes out when they're sleeping.
I get that, but he
So,
failed at the one
How
thing
did
every
he
slasher
fail?
does.
How does he fail? He was
He
just,
didn't stop them from having
That is
sex.
because it is a popular trope where the serial killer punishes teens for
Well,
having
he can't
sex.
do anything. He's in a
Like, he
freaking
failed at the one thing he's
sleep
supposed to
realm,
do.
you know? He's just knocked the heck out. Like,
I'm just saying, he failed.
Failed at his one job.
that is true, though. You're not wrong.
All right, next I want to talk about is Rod being killed by Freddy. So after being captured by police for being suspected of Tina's murder, Rod falls asleep alone in his cell. Nancy has suspected something was wrong and begs her dad, the chief, to check up on him. They're too late as Freddy has hanged and killed Rod.
Dude, that was too quick. I'm sorry.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, this all kind of happened really fast. Like,
Crap.
I felt the tension because I didn't know if they were going to be able to make it on time, but just how he was able to die so quickly from
It's
Nancy being like,
unbelievable,
yeah.
Like, no, like, it wasn't even that long. Hey, he literally, as soon as they walked through the door, he just started getting hanged.
That's why it's unbelievable, because
Like, the only-
they should have saved him.
The only thing that I could think, Freddy snapped his neck. Like, he pulled
yeah.
hard and snapped his neck.
That's what I was thinking too.
But also, it's not possible. Because remember, Freddy only comes out in the dream realm.
That's true.
And none of them were dreaming. How did he die? That's a big
Well,
plot
it's
hole
'cause
right
the
there.
whole movie took place in somebody else's dream that
Oh.
didn't actually die, and he woke up and it was over.
This is some like deep
Multiverse.
Conspiracy.
yeah, this
theories.
reminds me of our Matrix review.
Well, like, no, but this is on a realistic note, though, too, because there's no way he should have died.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like, even, remember, he even woke up because he could see everyone, I believe, or hear everyone.
Mm-hmm. And you were, Scott, you were talking about how you didn't like Freddy's claw design, right?
It's not I didn't like it. I thought it was just a funny weapon of choice.
Yeah.
Like I imagine him like thinking about it. He's like, man, how am I gonna kill this kid? He's like, you know what I gotta do? I'm gonna get a leather glove.
Is it ever?
I want to scratch things like a cat, so I'm just gonna make it really sharp.
Well,
I'm just gonna go raw.
That is a weird weapon choice. It's
know,
like
and
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, the
It's
design
only,
was
no,
just
it's only
funny
the
to
one
me.
hand too. It's not for both. It's just one. He's
Oh,
like,
it's just the one. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
notice
yeah. I
that.
think
He's
it's
just
the-
like raw.
it's just his, I think it's
Rare.
I think it's his left hand or whatever. He's just like,
Oh, God.
and then his other hand, he grabs people by normal. He's like, okay,
Oh,
now I
that's
can go,
right.
Now you go like this.
Then he stabs them.
That's probably what he was doing with in the beginning. You know, the Betsy. He's just like choking her and just like, okay, now we go down the center really clean.
Yeah, that's another weird thing. He could kill them a lot more efficiently, but he just likes to drag it out.
He likes to scratch him. And
yeah,
like,
he
watch
likes to
him bleed.
scratch him. Yeah.
Here's to make it worse.
Chase
Make them
them.
rusty.
now,
Oh,
that-
no.
now
Yeah.
we're talking
That'd
about,
be a slow death, yeah.
you know, now that we're talking about, I'm thinking about the Rick and Morty episode.
Oh, yeah. Get over here, bitch.
Die, bitch! Get Morty
can't
in,
hide.
bitch!
You can hide, but you can't run, and they just hide the entire time.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I guess you can hide, and I can run. And then he goes home disappointed, and the wife's just like, why do you kill anyone tonight? And he's like, get off my back, bitch.
This just turned
He's like,
into a Rick and Morty reference, yeah.
Okay, one thing I do have a serious question about. He's attacking the kids of the townspeople that killed him, right? Why can't he kill the parents instead? Why?
That's what's
He's
making
going
me...
for more emotional damage. to
It's
the
not
parents.
even... That's
no, that's not
so
true.
stupid.
He kills the mom.
He does kill the mom at the end.
He kills one of them.
It makes me think it's like Pennywise, where you can only kill the children or the young people.
I mean, like...
They might explain
don't
more
they,
towards the movie, like because
just
you know
'cause they're adults
they have
doesn't
more
mean
than
they have
one
more
movie
kids.
out.
He
for
feeds
this.
on their fear, and it's easier to make kids scared, and then he can go into
Yeah,
the
that's
dream realm.
right.
The parents are
Okay,
just
I
like,
guess
"Oh,
I can
this
see
is
that, but he can still kill the parents. I mean, that's what I would do. If I was Freddy, I would go for the parents straight up. Just because the parents are older doesn't mean they have control over their dreams.
They don't.
You can easily scare them over a longer period of time.
That's true.
So
But I don't think parents have deep sleeps like how like right nowadays. I don't have that.
if he
much
was
of deep
able
sleep.
to, if he was,
Maybe,
I mean,
yeah.
he was able to kill the mother still. So I don't.
The mother was probably drunk. She was drunk
I
sleeping.
still
Yeah, she
think-
was drinking the most
I
of the
still
movie.
think.
So,
I feel like it would have been more interesting if he did more of a like emotionally scarring the kids in their dreams so much that they go kill their parents.
Oh,
That would be
dude.
interesting.
that's a whole
That would have been
plot
good.
Hey, okay.
And then they
That'd be a dark movie. I'd watch it though.
Yeah, I know, I'd watch
that
it
the
too.
parents-
Okay.
He makes the kids like go through getting a leather glove and like making it. He's like, no, you
Dude,
can't
that was
just stab them. You
that
need to
kinda-
make a
actually,
razor glove.
that
and
kinda
then
ha-
go kill your parents. Like
That kind of happens in the second movie.
That's
That'd be
actually not
interesting.
bad. That's
see the
I
second
would
one?
watch.
Yeah, I
that.
saw the second one.
Trademark,
I'll explain it. It's not as good as Scott is describing it, but it's close.
Hey, you know
Okay.
that kind of like that could have happened. That could have happened in this
Yeah,
very
that-
first movie.
that'd be a good
actually,
movie.
because remember the mom, for some reason the mom decided to have the glove.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna question. So why did the mom keep Freddy Krueger's memorabilia? Like, when she was prior to murdering him, she kept his leather glove with the claws on
How
it.
does she do that too? They
Maybe,
burned him alive.
Shooter comes in, you're like, let's go.
Maybe she was his booty call.
But she kept it locked in like a little safe.
No, actually, she kept it
he's
down.
going
I
into
thought she
her
kept it in the
dreams and
furnace.
just like
Oh yeah,
they're
she
playing
kept it in the
around.
furnace. That was such a random thing to keep, though. Like,
She's like, hey, she puts freaking barbed wire, not wire, but she like
bars the windows.
bars the windows, the doors. She's like, okay.
Maybe she was trying to
And then
kick
she
him
get-
in.
And then they come, and then the daughter walks in, and for some reason she can't get out. I don't know what they didn't show what they did with the locks.
Yeah,
and then the
I'm
door.
guessing they messed with the locks or
Or,
something.
or
yeah.
they like did some like number or fingerprint thing or whatever was around during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But then then the mom's already pissed drunk, and she
yeah.
looks at her
Hell yeah.
daughter like right next to the cellar. She's like, "Come with me down to the cellar." And the
Yeah.
daughter's like, "Who are you talking to like that?" But you know what the daughter does? "Oh, I'll come with you, Mom. I trust you." Goes down the stairs, and the mom's just sitting next to a furnace, I believe. I don't know what
Yeah,
when
I think it was like a boiler, furnace.
When I was watching, I was kind of driving.
Oh, no! I do illegal things.
Okay, but then like she sits down, she's talking to the daughter. She's like, "Yeah, we killed him. He's dead, honey. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you're getting this crazy idea. This guy named what's
Freddy
his
Krueger.
What's his real name?
That is his real name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Freddy Krueger, we married him like 20 years ago when you're, no, like 18 years ago.
How
when
did the
you,
nursery rhyme show up though?
The nursery rhyme.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. That one, yeah. Where did that come from?
I feel like I said it.
Maybe that's just a legend the town made up after his
death.
death. Yeah.
Could
Maybe.
be.
Oh, and I know how.
Well, isn't
Freddy,
it the kids that are kind of singing it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how. Like I'm sorry, I read that. So how were those 4 people affected by it?
Yeah. How were just 4 kids affected by
Because I'm assuming because the way Freddy comes back is if you think about him, he comes back. Like as long as the memory of him is alive, he will be there.
How do these kids know?
Yeah. How did they
Because
know?
the nursery rhyme.
They heard the nursery rhyme at the beginning
And
of
then
the
they
movie.
keep on
That's right.
saying the nursery rhyme, and then that nursery rhyme brings back Freddy.
Also,
because
it could be
brings back the memory
It
of
could
him.
be because you also remember the mom also said there was kids kidnapped.
Those weren't the kids.
How do you know?
Well,
Because
maybe they
were
are
probably
spirit
mentioned
children.
it. They might have.
They
They
gotta
might
answer
be,
that
but
black
that's
phone
never
and get the
explained.
help.
It's never explained. My guess, because this is the official way of bringing Freddy back, is the memory of Freddy. If you think about Freddy, he will come back. So that's why in like future movies, I believe they make it their job to never talk about him.
How does he come back in
once
Freddy
they
versus
do-
Jason?
That was one of my favorite Freddy movies.
That-
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it a Jason movie or a Freddy movie? Actually,
yes.
Good question.
yes.
But yeah, so that's one
Jason
thing
versus Freddy,
I
but
like
then,
there.
They need to do a Michael Myers versus.
Yeah, Mike shows up and just kills them both. I'm just like, y'all are weak sauce.
They both stab him.
Because I
Y'all
feel
can't kill me.
To be
Yeah, right, exactly.
to be honest, I feel like Michael Myers.
To be
would
fair, yeah,
win.
after watching Halloween Kills, I feel like Michael Myers will kill any of them.
Dude, for real.
Sounds like they made him OP, man.
They did.
Well, apparently, from the lore of Halloween, is the more kills he gets, the more powerful he becomes.
I like that actually. Yeah,
That's
I like
cool.
that.
That's
But
cool.
and so like in this second one, he kills a whole 2 fire stations.
And a whole town.
Yeah,
The whole town.
it's crazy. Like I actually feel he's this unstoppable force at this point. After this second movie, I feel like he's very much unstoppable.
Yeah, dude, he already got like what 50 body counts or something like that.
If
Do you guys
they,
remember the end of Jason versus Freddy?
no,
Too well.
No, it's been a while.
So at the end, Jason wins technically
Really?
because they
because
fall,
he no longer fears Freddy.
no because they fall in the water.
Oh.
And then
and-
he walks out with Freddy's head.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then don't you remember? I think at the end of it, Jason actually fell asleep because
I don't know.
Freddy winks his eyes. He's like winks.
He's like, yeah, I'm just playing.
Yeah. So I think at the end of it, I think Jason actually loses.
Ooh.
But you just said he won.
All right, next I want to talk about the ending of this film. So after seemingly beating Freddy, Nancy departs in her journey. Her mother was killed, and she was leaving with some friends now. Except when she gets in the car, it turns into a Freddy mobile. I just thought it
does
was.
that mean she was asleep or what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she knocks out.
She thinks she was asleep. Well, she comes back in the third movie.
It's weird, but
Yeah,
I
the
do
whole
like
timeline
Freddy's
is messed
lore.
up.
I
Really,
like-
I feel like it's too confusing, man. Like they got too many plot holes. Like this guy
Either
was
that or we
saying.
just gotta watch a timeline movie.
The
for
only
the whole
good-
I'm trying to get through all of them. I'm on the fourth one. I just started the fourth
The
one.
only
How many
straightforward
are there? 5?
There's quite a bit for this series too.
the only straightforward part about the Freddy movies is how he comes back every time and how you defeat him. Except for the third movie, from what you tell me, the way you defeat him is you lose your fear of him and you have to have control over your dreams.
Which is nearly impossible.
I can do it quite often.
Lucid Dream.
Yeah, lucid dreams.
Yeah, I
you
can do that
take
too
control of it
sometimes.
if you train yourself to do it. So say here's an example. The way you get a lucid dream. In order to start a lucid dream, you train yourself to see a specific item in the dream. Once you see that item, you take control of your dream. So say you train yourself to see a red ball every time. Once you see the red ball, you have control of your dreams.
Don't you have to like write down your dreams every time you wake up? Doesn't that help you too? With, like to remember them.
It
And
helps.
then
to
once
do
you
that,
can
yes.
remember your dreams better, then
That's
you can
what I
actually
used to do as a kid.
get it.
I watched the Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep a dream journal too. I would write in mine too. I'd be like, last night I dreamed about blah blah, and then I started being able to lucid dream a little bit.
It's fun.
I remember that movie confusing the crap out of me. Because
It's fun to
Well,
lucid
Shark
dream.
Boy
I was
Lava
trying to
Girl?
wrap my head around the plot, and then I was just like, I don't care. That's cool though. But one thing I can say, pun intended, Lava Girl was hot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, so who would win in a fight, Freddy or Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Shark Boy.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, of course.
That
Jacob
should be a
again.
movie, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Return to...
Shark.
Well, I mean, that would have
Return
to
to
be
Elm
a
Street.
rated R. That would have to be
Assuming
a
Max,
rated R. Don't be
alright,
gay.
this is assuming Max gave Shark Boy and Lava Girl their powers back.
The
because,
control,
Yeah,
yeah.
the control. Because Max had to do that in order for them to be strong and OP.
Right. He does that, and then they
So
go to Elm
Max,
Street.
who can control his dreams like that, versus Freddy Krueger.
Max wins hands down.
Dude,
like,
honestly.
what are you? You're weak sauce, man.
Man, they should have had him in that Nightmare.
What was your guys' favorite moment in this movie?
Aleksey, obviously yours is the clean kill.
Yeah, what do you mean, like the start?
Yeah,
That one was a really good move. Good
Where Tina
start.
dies, yeah.
Where with the cut
With the
on her chest.
cat slash.
Yeah, that was a really
The
good.
paw
Like
slash.
the animation. Was
special effect.
The special effect. There we go.
Yeah.
the special effect was
I
really
think,
good. In that.
honestly, I'm gonna say the phone scene.
The phone scene?
Yeah, when Freddy's like, "I am your boyfriend," and his tongue comes out.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Where she,
But that was honestly funny to me, and I love the fact that they did that with the prop.
Yeah.
That made me kind of.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, that's something about Freddy that's different from all the other slashers.
He's
Is
kinda
that he's got comedy, yeah.
yeah.
He's got jokes and stuff.
Yeah, well, when your weapon of choice is a glove, with a razor blade, you can't be serious.
oh,
Like, you
I
can't
have
be
another
like,
favorite scene though. Now, it's how human he is when he gets dragged out of the dreams. When he gets like in the boiler where she's managed to take him out of the dream, how weak he actually is.
Oh, yeah,
how
she was
easily
falling
she's
for
able
all
to
his
take him
traps.
down.
It turned into a Home Alone movie at the
Yeah,
end.
that's right. I was like, oh, this is very.
But he doesn't
Home
die.
Alone.
That's what's
He
so
Can you
doesn't
sad.
die.
imagine that
but-
Freddy Krueger trying to get to like the little kid, but he's got all these booby traps. He's got his little glove trying to
It's
stab.
still so good. It makes him feel. It makes
Oh, that's
him
another
look very
thing.
weak. He has no power at that scene.
I forgot to add that trailer, but there's a new Home Alone movie that's being made on Disney Plus.
Really?
Really?
Yes, I forgot.
Hopefully, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
We'll see. Maybe next week we can review it.
All right.
Macaulay Culkin is one of the intruders.
That'd be a twist.
That would be a twist.
I
Like, he
hope they
knows
had
about
Trump back in this
funny.
movie.
That'd be
I want Trump to be added into this movie somehow, just as a background
Oh,
character.
Have him be the,
he points him to the lobby again.
That's fine. As long as
It's like, which way to the lobby, sir? It's down that way, kid. All right, my favorite moment was Glenn falling asleep constantly. So Glenn was the Johnny Depp character, Nancy's boyfriend.
Okay.
So Nancy continually asked Glenn. Nancy continually asked Glenn to keep an eye on her while she sleeps. Glenn, not fully believing Nancy, and for whatever reason not being able to stay awake, manages to fail twice.
Man,
Glenn is my favorite character in
One
this movie. I think it's so funny how he cannot stay awake.
dude, like, are you talking about like the very first scene when he gets into the bedroom, or the scene when he's in his own bedroom and falls asleep?
Both. That's what I'm saying. He fails twice. First, he's at Nancy's house because she begged him. She's like,
She's like,
please
keep
wake me
Yeah,
up.
if
Stay
something
awake.
goes wrong.
yeah.
She literally told him, please do not, for whatever reason, fall asleep. Do,
Yeah,
do I have your
got
word?
You, I got you.
And then he pan to them like she's getting chased all around the yard. Comes Magic gets back upstairs, and she looks over. He's
Johnny Depp.
sleeping in the
Yeah,
corner.
that's Johnny Depp.
He's just
What
like
the fuck? That does not look like Johnny Depp.
he's
Well,
like,
this is his first movie.
he's sitting on the floor. He's sitting on the floor. He's like,
Like, I cannot see
and
this.
then she's like, "What the hell?" And then he gets, and then she wakes herself up by burning her hand, right? Or
Yeah,
right?
she has to like hurt herself to wake up.
I don't see it.
And then the second part was like the second.
I don't see
Glenn
it. I
Lance.
really don't see that.
That second death though, with his death was
Oh,
the
yeah,
most
that was
gruesome.
brutal.
That was the
Man,
most
he is
gruesome.
young.
He got
does not look like
he
his
got
brother.
swallowed
How
up
old
by
was
his
he in
bed.
this movie?
I think he's like 18 or something.
This
I mean,
His
I can kind
debut.
of see it in the jawline, but that's about it.
is his debut.
Yeah, but his death, the second time he falls asleep,
That was-
Freddy swallows him up through the bed, and then blood gushes out everywhere. Which also makes me wonder why the adults were still like suspecting.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, you guys are stupid at this point.
Yeah, like there's literally a fountain of blood just pooling up to the ceiling.
The
No,
big
there's a
problem-
way to explain it. There's a way, but they don't know
Yeah,
how.
they're like
They're
like,
denying it.
huh? I guess he's dead. Oh well, nothing strange is
One
going
thing
on here.
dumb about that scene though is the human body does not have that much blood in it.
That's true.
So that is a bit ridiculous.
Hey, I love that in slashers though, where it's just like you
Where
get
they get
poked,
too
it's
much
just
blood.
Like it sprays. out. That's always
like a
great.
human
like-
sprinkler.
Yeah, that scene was so funny. I love that he told his mom, he's like, "Yeah, I'm I'm just waiting to stay up and watch Miss America. And he's like, she's like, how are you gonna watch Miss America if you're watching listening to your music?
Oh yeah.
I'm not really listening to the audio, Mom.
Yeah.
A wink. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I like how she was
Mom-
okay with that. Like,
yeah, she was just like, all right, whatever.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was her attitude.
I watch it for the visuals, Mom. I like the special effects.
Miss America looks great. Gosh, Mom.
What are some moments you guys think should be cut in this film?
I don't think any of it should be cut.
That's a pun.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't think any of it should be cut. I liked how it
Really?
was.
Yeah, I think that's why it gets such a high rating. There's just not a whole lot they want changed. Like, I think it just stays how it is, pretty much. That's why it's lasted so long.
Maybe a clearer plot in the first movie.
Yeah.
That's about it.
For me, it's some of the dialogue. Like there are a lot of moments specifically from like Nancy and her mother where the conversations just felt like really unreal.
Too
like,
dull.
Like obviously I didn't grow up in the 80s, so I'm not too sure how people talked back then. But it seemed like every time they got into an argument, it was like really cheesy and over the top.
here's a scene that I think was just plain stupid. You know, when what's her name was trapped in her house and Freddie was there now, and that she was calling out to the cop.
Nancy? Oh yeah, Nancy.
She's calling to the cop, and the cop's like, "Yeah, you're fine, you're fine." She's screaming at the top of her lungs, saying, "Come help me!" And the guy's like, "You know what? Let me go and get her dad and tell her about what's going on."
Yeah,
like, just go and help her already.
The dad, the lieutenant, told the person like, yeah, if something strange is going on, let me know. She breaks 2 windows. Help!
so dumb.
Help! I need help. And the guy's just like, the first time he's like, "You're crazy. Go to bed." And then the
Like,
second,
man, I could really use the sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the mentality the cop had. It was so
and then the
dumb.
second time she sees Smug, he's like, I think she really does need help. Let me go get the dad real quick, like you said.
It's like, no, just go and help her.
Another stupid scene is when they take Nancy to have this sleep test done, and then she has a nightmare, and the mom witnesses this happening to her. Like she's like getting slashes
And
on
she
her
even
body.
gets
She's
cut.
getting cuts and stuff, and yet the mom still doesn't believe her.
And she even brings
That's
out
why
the
the mom
fedora.
becomes an alcoholic.
Yeah, she even brings out the fedora from her dreams. Like there was no fedora on her person, and then she wakes up with a fedora, and the mom's still like, I guess it's just what.
I think I'm just
That-
drunk
that's
What a
again.
weird
That's-
coincidence.
That's why I say I don't know if there's much I want to change in this movie because it's just how it's made. It's so
Change
classic.
the mentality of the people.
I just want to redo the movie. But
Yeah,
with
if
the
they remake-
adjustments that I wanted. I want the kids to kill the parents.
is a very good idea. I love that.
Dude,
And I feel
honestly,
like-
if they did a remake like that, but it's like a plot twist like that, that would be lit.
That'd be awesome.
And for some reason, I know it's cool having Freddy Krueger have more human characteristics, but I also want him to be immortal as fuck, like Michael Myers.
He technically is, because as long as you remember him, he's back. Once you
Yeah.
remember him, you gotta get rid
And
of
I
him
want them
again.
to,
We
like,
all
play
die in the
on
night.
that.
That's all I'm hearing.
Oh,
we all
no.
die in the night.
Mess
Oh,
with the
no.
concept of dreams even harder and make him like freak the kids out.
The thing is, the way he controls the dreams, because people don't dream every day. So the fact that he's able to make the kids dream somehow every single time they fall asleep is a weird thing.
I think you only dream when you go into like a deep sleep.
And how are they falling asleep so deeply every time? I can't do that every time.
That's,
I get rare. My dreams are rare.
I like that concept though, like a villain that you have to stay awake from, otherwise you're dead.
dude, that girl was on day 7,
Yeah, dude, I don't know how she did it. She
which I don't believe it because remember she also fell asleep a couple times in the classroom.
Yeah.
and like even.
But it was
midway.
only for brief moments, like for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
Here's
but that's
a
still
dumb-
falling asleep though.
Here's
so
the dumb
there's-
one. She knew that she was being haunted by something in her dream, and she locks the door in the bathroom. She's even warned, don't fall asleep in the bathroom. But she takes a nice warm bubble bath with the door locked, and thinking, and while she's tired as hell, and thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be fine.
It's great.
That's it. The special effects were in that scene were really good because I think they had an actual like pool with a tub on the top.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how they actually did it because back
How
then they
she
didn't have
stay afloat?
CGI.
How does she stay afloat?
Yeah,
Do they
floaty
have
maybe.
like a washboard or something right now?
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
it was-
but
it was really nice
That
looking.
was a dumb mistake, like typical stupid person mistake to make.
All right, so what are you guys' final ratings for this film?
That was
7.
7.
7. I'm at a 7 as well.
Yeah, I might go up a little bit. It's actually pretty interesting. I'll say 7. I'll say 7.
Okay.
7 out of 10.
I don't know if it's because
I
it's
mean,
such
I
a
wouldn't
retro
say it's
movie.
negative, but I wouldn't say it's positive all the way. So 7 seems right.
Maybe if I watch
I'll go 6.
maybe if I
Go
watch
6.
it like you, like the rest of them, maybe.
Yeah, I just wanted to learn more about the story.
I feel like watching the movie still don't give enough justice for that whole like the whole for him,
Yeah.
or as a franchise.
Yeah, it's also just so iconic. Like,
Yeah.
Like I can joke about the glove and all that, but it's just
The
like
kitty
it's so
claw?
him, the brown fedora,
Yeah.
the red and green, like it's iconic.
Yeah.
You know?
They got this look figured out for him.
You know, I realized we never really talked about the end too much.
Of what this movie?
Yeah, like the end of it. You brought it up, and we just.
It's not a good ending.
It's a weird ending.
Yeah, the car, the Freddy mobile.
Yeah.
It was kind of
It kind of made you leave it off as a cliffhanger, like they intentionally did it.
because they probably wanted to make this a series.
Which they do. I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not really much to say about that. ending.
All right, let's look at some reviews, some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it 9 out of 10. Nancy Thompson's played by Heather Langenkamp, Tina Gray, Amanda Wise, and Rod Lane, Sue Garcia, and Glenn Lance, played by Johnny Depp, are all high school friends, hounded by a serial killer named Freddy Krueger, played by Robert Englund, with a bladed glove in his dreams. The dreams are so powerful that they are affecting the real world. The kids discover that they are dreaming about the same guy. Soon the kids are dying and they have to fight their own nightmare. Nancy's detective father, John Saxon, investigates, but it's beyond his power to help. Wes Craven created something more powerful than a simple brute killer like his compatriots. Sorry, it took me so much work to say that word. This is a serial killer of the imagination. Freddy Krueger doesn't simply slice and dice. He comes for you in your own mind. It is my favorite horror franchise of that era. The ideas are bounded only by the imagination and, more importantly, the budget. The other great thing is that Robert Englund is able to give the character some personality. This blood splatter horror is compounded by scary concept to make something beyond the regular slasher movie.
So when he says in that era, does that mean Michael Myers, the Halloween, does that count in that era or no?
Yeah, Halloween was like we found out earlier than this movie. So yeah, he's saying it's different because, Freddy has some personality to him.
I can see that.
He's got distinct characteristics. He's got a silly personality. He's different. Definitely different from all the other serial killers. This Metacritic reviewer gave it 100 out of 100.
What's your reason?
What makes Freddy truly terrifying is an inspired invention on Wes Craven's part. Is that he exists not in the real world, but in the shadowy realm of dreams.
So
he's in the shadow realm.
Nothing about the movie, but
Like
the concept. I love the concept.
Yeah, he's like, this concept, bro, 100 out of 100.
He's like, yeah, but how about execution? I don't care about that. I like what it could have been.
Yeah, well, that's what he liked about this, the Freddy movie. It's just like the whole concept behind it. It's great. I was like,
it's like, yeah, but wasn't
He
it?
just
It's
ignores
like, yeah,
the movie entirely.
bro, you know what he was doing? He's probably a blind person, just like listen to
blind
the,
person.
Man,
the
I love
audio.
this concept. This is great.
That sounds like a cool movie.
It's like,
Yeah.
visually, oh no, visually, I don't know. I'm blind.
Oh, no.
I couldn't tell you. 100 out of 100.
I don't know how he typed it then, because he was
Oh,
blind.
no.
It's like,
They got the Braille keyboard.
They
Hey,
do,
you're right.
actually, yeah.
I don't know if they had it back in that time frame though. I don't know how new.
Yeah, I don't know what time that review was from. So this Rotten Tomatoes audience member gave it a 1.5 out of 5.
Whoa.
This one does have a date 2 days ago. On the positive side, I give credit to Wes Craven for creating such an iconic character in Freddy Krueger. Another thing I liked is that the movie is way less horny than I thought it would be.
What?
Maybe I'm weird, but I don't enjoy watching teen sex in every single horror movie. Sue me.
Okay, I'll sue you.
On a negative note, I can imagine how some may have considered this a good horror movie at the time when it was released. But watching it in 2021, I must say it was very unenjoyable. I neither found it scary nor suspenseful. If you're into slashers, it delivered in that department. Unfortunately, I'm not into slashers, so that did nothing for me.
Why'd you
Then why
watch
the
it?
heck? Yeah, I said, why the heck did you watch it then?
All in all, I was very disappointed with this movie and is considered the best series and a Halloween classic. I don't think it's a bad movie, but I don't think it's very good
not
either.
for him.
1.5
Well,
out of 5.
It's not
the
for
rating
them.
doesn't sound like 1.5 out of 5. It sounds like it's not bad nor it's good. That sounds like a
Yeah,
thing.
that sounds like a
Sounds like a
medium.
2.
Yeah,
But he's
it's a
like,
Also,
2.5.
this is the only slasher that lets let people have sex.
Yeah.
Like you guys pointed out already.
yeah,
So I don't know
exactly.
what
it's
this
hard
guy's
to do
getting.
that nowadays
I know.
because people are just like ew.
Censoring and all that.
Yeah, but I said now I don't get how this guy's from this year, so I don't know what kind of movies he's watching. Like all the
I don't
movies.
know what made him feel the need to leave a review for a movie that was like 40 years old.
I mean, we are also reviewing.
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Yeah.
But we actually
Well,
enjoyed
we're
the
doing it
movie.
in a way that tried to make it entertaining. He's just like left a review on Rotten Tomatoes like it doesn't hold up. It's like go kill yourself.
Oh no.
Leave it to the pros. To
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft,
yeah.
Scott. In Minecraft only.
yeah.
This Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a rotten. I have no doubt that A Nightmare on Elm Street will continue to hold its coveted place in horror history, with a mix of originality and camp coming from a genuine fear. It's a film that can't be replicated. I don't see what's rotten about that review.
Would that be
Yeah.
fresh?
Yeah,
They might have gotten it
He
wrong.
basically said he liked the originality
They're like,
and the
yeah,
camp.
half the apple you could easily eat. It's perfect, but like there's a couple mold spots. On it.
Which,
Just a little
like Eddie already put
Pretty
on
much
the
it.
movie. Like the movie itself, there's a lot of parts in the movie where it's just like, why? Why is this happening?
Yeah, exactly. It's
But at
just-
the same time, it's just like the second person that wrote it said, like he just liked the whole plot, like the whole concept
yeah, I
of the movie.
don't. These reviewers kind of suck, dude.
I think they're all blind people, just
Oh my
like
gosh.
listening
No,
to
I
the
think-
audio. and
I
just
think
like,
they're all people who half watch the movie in the background.
Yeah.
Well,
they
Lexi?
were- I do that sometimes with older movies. But that's
So if
can
you're
listen.
enjoying this episode, check out our previous podcast. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, make sure to follow these guys on their social media links. So with that, let's get into content we've seen this week. All right, what are some shows or movies you guys watched this week?
So I finished an anime you already did the review on before. BNA, I think it was.
DNA?
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
Oh, okay. What'd you think?
I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really
didn't
liked
watch
it.
That.
That's good.
I
You
watched. I think I watched the movie on Tubi called Taxi Driver. It's got what's his name? He does a talk show. Anyways, but he was a terrible actor. I'm glad he doesn't act.
You said Taxi Driver?
Yeah, I think it's called Taxi Driver.
All
Is
right,
it like
I can
a-
look it up.
Is it like
Didn't
a
that
classic
have Robert
movie?
De Niro in it?
No.
Taxi?
Yeah, this one from
Yeah, Robert De
1976.
Niro.
Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you
not
talking
it,
about
no.
this
A
I'm
Taxi
thinking of something
Driver?
else.
2021?
No, I'm thinking of something else then.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, it's something to do with Taxi, but there's a terrible. The guy's a terrible actor. I'm glad he doesn't act. It was terrible, just bad.
So
guess
this
it
was like his only movie?
Taxi?
I don't know.
Or maybe maybe this just the movie was just
I'll look
bad.
it up while you guys talk about your stuff.
Okay. What did you watch this week, Scott?
Well, I finished up. Why am I blanking on the name?
Agents of
Squid
Shi-
Game.
Oh,
Yeah,
Squid Game.
I finished
You watched
that up
Squid
last
Game.
week. Yeah, I watched that whole thing.
Oh, what'd you
Pretty
think?
interesting. Thought it was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was interesting.
We've all watched it here,
Yeah,
yeah.
I liked
It's still a 9 for me, no matter how much you look at it.
it. Really, a 9.
Yeah, that show's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd probably say 8 or 9. Yeah, I liked it.
I think
You know?
most of us gave it like
It killed
an
me
8 or
how
9.
like the games never got better to me. They got
Yeah,
more
that's
boring.
my issue. There
The
and there
first game was really good and interesting, and then the rest are just like, oh yeah, this is lame. Like the whole the bridge one.
Oh yeah.
Lame.
That my
It's
whole
like 50
thing
50 the whole time. You just got to kill the person in front of you, and then you're fine.
I also didn't like how they barely played games. Like each episode is an hour. There's 9 episodes and they played like 6 games, 5 games.
Yeah.
And the games only lasted like 20 minutes of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
Well,
well,
they had to make sure to build up character, like.
but they build up too much. There was,
Yeah.
like you were saying, there were some episodes where you just got bored.
There's
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, there
and you're
was.
just like waiting for the next. What's the next game? What's the next
Right.
game? Want the game?
Besides the doctor knew it all because he was removing
had the
void.
hookup.
That was a little surprise twist for me though. When they were just like, someone's not playing. Like this game needs to be fair for all. And they just killed that dude.
Yeah, which is so
Woo.
stupid because it doesn't seem fair to freaking. I don't know. He broke his rules a lot. We reviewed it like last week, but he broke his own rule a
All
lot.
right, I got it.
Yeah, I mean the old guy. Like yeah.
I got the
I
movie.
don't know
It's
how much we
just called Taxi.
Just called Taxi.
It's a 2004 movie, and it's Jimmy Fallon.
oh,
He's so
Jimmy
bad.
Fallon. Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know
bad.
he did movies.
yeah.
That might have been his only movie. Dude.
May
so
really
so
loves
bad.
the,
It says
May really loves the movie he does called Fever Pitch.
This one is called. This is the summary of it. It says a feisty New York City cabbie with race car driver skills
Drew
is
Barrymore,
derailed by an inept undercover cop who wants her help catching a gang of beautiful bank robbers. So it's not a good movie.
Well, Jimmy Fallon's kind of got. I don't
He's
know.
awful.
I don't really like his
He
act.
is
I don't
awful.
like. I May doesn't like when I say it, but I don't think he's really good.
No.
As an actor?
No.
Because he hosts the Tonight Show, and his expressions are always the same. It's always that
trying to be
same fake
funny.
laugh. It's always like,
That's all
I'm
I
just
remember.
like-
Man, you just did a good impression of him.
yeah, that's always
It's
how he
forced.
does it.
It is forced laughing.
Whenever the actors say anything even remotely funny, like
Or-
something
or
that
anything.
you would
He
just
seems
like,
hyper too.
yeah,
Like,
exhale, an exhale through your nose kind of laugh, like somebody says something stupid,
Mason,
like,
come here and box you, bro. Don't.
he's like,
It's not good.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of his acting career, and I don't really watch the Tonight Show, but
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do. That's our age.
It's more like an old person show. Come on.
I don't know. May likes it. She likes the Tonight Show. But all right. Anything else you guys watched this week?
Like I said, I watched. I saw some trailers, and one trailer was about How to Train Your Dragon.
All
So
right.
I watched that. I'm gonna have my hopes up, but I don't like the fact that it's in the future, because what really sold me on How to Train Your Dragon is the era that it was in as well. It was
The Viking era?
The Viking era. I loved that, and I wanted to stay that way. But I guess if they're keeping up with the How to Train Your Dragon stuff, they can't really go back to that era, because that era's long done. They're done with the hiccup and all that. They need to move on. So they're going to the future.
They should have switched to medieval times.
Yeah,
That would have been nice, yeah. Like people hunting dragons again.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
cool. That'd be cool. You guys see that Midnight Mass that's on Netflix?
No.
I know that was trending. I just
really?
finished that like last week. I think that was a pretty good show.
How was it?
It was really good for the horror aspect.
Oh,
Like
really?
a series.
But what's it called?
Midnight Mass. It's a TV miniseries.
Yeah, it's
It looks
it's by the same
On
director
Netflix.
that did a couple other ones that people know, like The Haunting of Hill House. and
Oh,
Haunting of Bly
okay.
Manor, same director. And it's basically, it takes place on this island, and a whole bunch of like religious stuff goes down.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
interesting.
It's still number 7 in the top 10.
An
Yeah,
isolated island
That's where
community.
I
Oh,
find
it's
a lot
only
of my-
7. It's only 7 episodes too.
Yeah, 7 episodes are all about an hour long. Each
It's-
one is like a horror movie within itself.
Oh, shoot.
And it's in. I don't know. I was able to watch it. Normally, I can't get through stuff, but it is a little slow if you don't really. Like
Okay.
Slow.
It
But
seems
it's,
like-
it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Towards the end, shit starts to go down. But it was pretty good.
Seems pretty interesting. It's got a 7.8 on IMDb, so it's got
That's
a
not
pretty,
too bad.
pretty
Yeah,
nice
it
score.
really plays on like racial tension, because I know it takes place on this island, and there are all these white people, and then they're like low key super freaking racist.
Okay,
no.
so
There's a
it's
chick that-
basically when it's a typical isolated community that doesn't get a lot of outsiders in there.
Yeah,
so
not
they
a lot
hate
of
on the
Yeah,
outsiders.
and there's a new sheriff there that is Indian.
Yeah, of course.
And like, there's a really racist chick there that you just want to die.
It's a typical. it's a,
so
it's
you'll
a,
see it. She's really hateable.
it's a typical isolated community. If you've seen one movie like that, you've seen them all basically.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like holy shit, like surprise shit. Like,
Oh, okay,
it's
okay.
really, I liked it, and yeah, I watched it with Anya. It was pretty good.
All right. Some of the stuff I watched this week was Pan's Labyrinth. Was released
Oh, I hated
January
it.
19, 2007. You didn't like it?
No, I hated it.
In
Well, what's-
Falagas, Spain in 1944, the bookish young stepdaughter of a sadistic army officer escapes into an eerie but captivating fantasy world. It's rated R, directed by Guillermo del Toro, starring Ivana Baquero, Adriana Ariadna Gel, and Sergi Lopez. I rated an 8.5 out of 10.
I hated the movie.
Why didn't you like it?
Boring.
You
I
got
I
bored?
fell asleep.
I think I was trying to watch the old Labyrinth. I think at one point, and I could not get through it. It was just so weird.
I might have. I don't know which one I watched. Then all I know is I watched one of the Pan's Labyrinth movie, or if that's the only
Labyrinth.
one.
I don't know. I think it was Labyrinth that I watched.
Do you watch Labyrinth? Okay, I think this
Yeah,
one's a little different.
Click on it,
Yeah,
click
this is the one that I watched.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's from 2006, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's the one I watched. I hated it.
It has such a high
Oh, yeah,
score,
that's
though.
It's a
hated
good
it.
movie.
For you to hate it, because
It's a good movie.
I will not watch it again.
you like
Yeah, I
It's-
think that's the one I watched. I just
looking
thought
at
it
the
was a
score
weird
of that.
Yeah.
I'm
culture
pretty
and
sure.
stuff.
It's held in pretty high regard by a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
got
a
90.
95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I would rather-
Metacritics gave it a 98, and the IMDb gave it an 8.2.
I almost
out of
said
10.
I'd rather watch Halloween Kills again, but I don't
What?
want to go through that again
So
either.
it's a very tragic tale, and it takes place during a war in which children shouldn't have to experience. And the surreal scenery that the little girl goes through makes you wonder if the magic is actually there, or that's just her coping mechanism for the hard life she's living
probably
right
Is
now.
this
She's
based
just
off
in
a
a
book?
coma.
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen a book cover with the the name of it. That's why.
Either way, it's a really nicely told story, and I like how the color scheme changes whenever something intense is going on. Like, turns into that blue, like, sort of tint color that movies use sometimes. But yeah, I recommend it for anyone who hasn't watched it because it's a very emotional movie. It's very suspenseful too. I also watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So it was released November 1st of 1985. Plot: a teenage boy is haunted in his dreams by deceased child murderer Freddy Krueger, who is out to possess him in order to continue his reign on terror on the real world. It's rated R, directed by Jack Shoulder, starring Robert Englund, Mark Patton, and Kim Myers. And I rate it a 7.5 out of 10. So this is my favorite movie out of the first three, which is kind of a controversial take because a lot of the fans of the Freddy series hate this one.
Why?
Because it's different from all the other ones.
Possession thing?
Yeah, the possession thing. I honestly like that aspect, and I like the main character. I find him interesting. So basically, Freddy was possessing his body and committing like crimes. He was murdering people around his life.
What Scott was trying to go with.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
Except in Scott's movie, which makes him more interesting, Freddy's trying to convince the kids to do it.
Yeah,
and this
it wasn't
one,
more of a possession. It was more of just like scaring them to the point where they just want to follow, like make them go away.
yeah, and in this one,
Cool.
Freddy's possessing his body, and then he's aware that Freddy's possessing body, and he doesn't want to go to sleep because of it. He's like freaking out. What happened?
Aleksey, your point of view from how you just so your because you're like way low, like
But yeah, I really like the twist, and I think it's an underrated movie. You guys should check it out.
Then you
if
also
ever get
watched
the chance.
3 as well.
Yes, so Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Let 'em continue.
I'm sorry.
Released February 27 of 1987.
So these are pretty close, right next to each other.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
first one was 84, right? It was 84, 85, and then
Yeah,
87.
yeah, dude, they all came out like back to back. It's really So plot: a psychiatrist familiar with knife-wielding dream demon Freddy Krueger, which is Nancy in the original movie. She's a psychiatrist now. Helps out teens at a mental hospital battle with the killer who's invading their dreams.
Does it show how she lived?
Rated R,
In the third one?
You
Does
see
it
how she lived is that she didn't die.
Yeah, she didn't die. I don't think they showed how she escaped, but
doesn't make sense then. How is she like
All right, the way she's alive is because she didn't get killed.
plot armor? That's why they're like, we need you for the like a later
It's
movie.
not that hard. She simply did not die.
I don't know why I can't stop thinking about wishing that Deadpool could go in this world and be like,
Oh my God.
he'll like try to sleep.
To be fair, the one thing that
gosh.
Deadpool and Freddy have in common
They
is that
burnt like a
they look
mofo.
like avocados.
Oh yeah, like an avocado had sex with like
An older avocado.
That'd be great. They just like they just become friends. And
Well, seeing as Freddy can't kill himself.
Well,
That'd
I
be
don't know.
funny.
Maybe in the dream world he could.
So this whole thing just
maybe
felt.
that'd fry Deadpool's brain. I don't know.
It would heal
He's
himself.
unchangeable. Yeah.
Brain would heal himself.
This whole thing
yeah.
just felt way too fantasy like. Like the origin story of Freddy was expanded upon, which was interesting, and it was good to see some of the returning actors. But honestly, I didn't like the whole dream warrior aspect. So kind of what Aleksey was talking about. They were mastering their dreams, but it felt a little ridiculous. And well, I don't want to spoil it, but I just didn't like.
training to do that.
I just didn't like it, and the whole thing just felt kind of.
Dumb.
Yeah, it felt kind of dumb. I don't know why people like this one so much more than the second one.
What'd you give it for a rating?
This one,
6.5, right?
yeah, 6.5. What did I give the last one? Let's see.
7.5.
Yeah, so this one I knock it down a point. It was.
Okay.
So the original was 7. You go 7.5, and you go down to 6.5.
Yeah, I'm like, no. You guys screwed up with this third one.
and you still got
Get
one,
it outta
you still
here.
got like what 2 more to watch? I think. 'Cause, like,
Yeah,
I
there's
think it
quite
goes
a
up
few.
to. I think it goes up to 5, and then afterwards just
And then they reboot the series.
for something else, right?
They remake it called Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a failed remake though?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I think
I
watched
didn't
that one.
watch it, but I saw the reviews.
I think I watched that one.
And the last movie I watched this week was The Poltergeist. It released June 4th of 1982. Plot: a family's home is haunted by host of demonic ghosts. It's rated R, directed by Toby Hooper, starring Joe Beth Williams, Heather O'Rourke, and Craig T. Nelson. I rated an 8 out of 10.
I do not remember that movie too well.
I
The
don't remember
Poltergeist?
at all.
Yeah, I
The-
think.
this is the original, yeah.
Well, no, I think I watched the original. I just don't remember it too
Yeah,
much.
so this is a movie produced by Steven Spielberg, and he's got a pretty good track record of making movies.
Oh
It-
yeah, I know that dude.
Yeah, you've heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of him too.
It was a lot better than I thought it would be. It wasn't scary, so if that's what you're looking for, you're not going to get scared at all. But the characters are all really likable, and the story is enjoyable. And it's just something whimsical about the movie that makes you keep watching. Kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice, where, it's got like supernatural stuff that's interesting, but it's not creepy or scary.
Aren't they making a second one of that soon?
A Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice? I heard they're making one.
I don't know
It's been
about
in works for a couple of years now. I think someone just told me about it.
I have no idea.
Dang,
I think it popped up.
that'd be interesting. I don't know how they would redo that. How they'd continue.
I think it.
Michael
Beetlejuice
Keaton
too,
was
hold up.
Beetlejuice, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he was.
So
So
they
they were
could
going to get a
come
lot
back.
of the
He's still
same
alive. They could
characters,
literally use him
yeah.
again.
Well, he's coming back in the Batman movie, remember?
Well,
Or
yeah.
Flash.
So
Yeah, they're set to make it.
Oh,
Same
so
people.
he is in
Oh,
it.
he's
Nice.
gonna
Winona
make it.
Ryder, Alec Baldwin, all the same people that were in it.
Alec
first.
Baldwin.
What?
gonna
So
be-
they're gonna be like adults, or the little girl's gonna be an adult now?
Unpopular opinion, I actually did not enjoy Beetlejuice.
What?
Yeah.
How dare
Wait,
you?
what? You don't
I
like
watched it
Beetlejuice?
one time only, but I was young at the time, so I thought it was a boring
Well, I
movie.
can't even talk,
How
to be
dare you.
honest.
Why?
When I did watch Beetlejuice, I only watched bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
'Cause I was a
it's
kid.
good movie.
I was
It's
a
good
kid,
movie.
so.
You guys need to
Yeah,
read
Maybe
it.
if I rewatch it, I
there's
might like it
five.
better, but-
Just letting you know, there is five.
Five Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
Okay,
Then
I'll get
then
to
you
them.
got the remake in 2010.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're gonna watch the remake.
I don't want to.
but
I heard it sucks.
Well, I mean,
You gotta watch it to make your own decision.
yeah.
Right.
So
Now, all right. So, anything else you guys watched this week you want to talk about?
I also,
If I wish my memory's better so I can tell you more.
yeah. So the only other thing I watched this was a show on Hulu, which is Station 19,
Station 19. I haven't
which is
heard of
it's a firefighter show. That's
Oh.
why I was saying because
So many firefighters.
yeah.
Like,
Firefighters
before we
are
learn
a
about
hot
firefighters, they
topic.
can't defend themselves in the slightest, and they are easy to kill. It seems
That's
like,
why I was so blown. That's why I was so blown away in my mind because I was watching the show and they make it seem like firefighters work out like every day.
Yeah,
to
they don't
keep in
think got a
good
gym.
shape. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, how the heck did Michael Myers kill 7 to like 9 firefighters
No, bro.
easily? It's just like,
They're too weak for him. Too
I guess
weak.
so.
Hey, they were taught how to fight fires, not people. God.
He
Their
was on
name.
fire though.
Oh yeah, well.
So was
So-
Freddy. You like how Freddy was on fire
Or
in
did
the
they put out
movie,
the
and then
fire?
he just runs up the stairs, doesn't
Oh,
catch the
yeah.
house on fire. Just
Yeah.
you can see his footprints. It's
He burns the mom.
It would have been cool if the mask was like burned onto his face completely, so he could no longer take
that'd
the
be
mask
cool.
off.
Oh yeah, that would have been dope.
All right. So, now let's roll the credits then. You guys got any recommendation for any media for the viewers, like music, YouTube channels?
No, at this point, I'll just be saying stuff I've said already.
Like what?
Like Josh Streff Hayes. He does like MMO reviews and like worst MMOs, best MMOs. It's good stuff.
I don't think you've ever said that.
I have.
I don't remember.
No.
Maybe.
But yes, Josh Strafe Hayes, he does really good stuff, very good and informative reviews on video games, such as mostly online MMOs.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say the film theory, game theory, food theory, all Matt Pat's. all
You
Matt
mention that like at every stream.
I like it. I like him. I like his.
He's dope.
I like all his
He
theories.
does have good content.
Interesting.
What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything too much to recommend. I'm binging Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now. But
Oh,
okay, recommend
horror
Agents of
movie
S.H.I.E.L.D..
Ones,
I'll take that.
Haunting of Bly Manor, Haunting of Hill House. Those are good. And
You
that
could
one-
also recommend the.
What
You can
can I
also
recommend?
recommend the podcast that me and you that you just like here watch this with the comedian.
What? Oh yeah, Dan Cummins, Bad Magic Productions. There's a lot of good podcasts I listen to. He's got one called Scared to Death, which is he does 2 scary stories that he finds online, and then his wife is a co-host, and she does. They have all their listeners send stuff in, and those get sometimes better than the ones that he finds online.
Oh, really?
And yeah, they compile them up for the whole year, and they have a whole book of stories based from their listeners, and they get pretty interesting. But the thing is, you have to keep an open mind of like. Ghosts potentially could be real or whatever. Like he's always considered himself to be a skeptical, but he said if one of these stories was true, that opens up the whole thing, and that's the thing
true.
they kind of go on. But it's pretty interesting.
That does sound pretty good.
But yeah, Bad Magic
I'm gonna have to give
Productions.
that a
He's
listen.
got 3 podcasts. Yeah.
As for me, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I don't even remember. I don't think I have any.
If you don't have anything, can we talk about what we're gonna watch for next week?
Yeah, we started.
You guys said we were gonna watch it, the original one.
Yeah.
As
What's
one of
either
them?
that or what was it? Did we
Scary movie was the other option. What are you guys thinking?
We can do the original classic. It's
Yeah.
2 hours.
I like
that
that
one
one.
seems like it'd be more of a good one to critique.
Yeah, that's true.
That one's
Yeah,
like
let's do that
Scary
one.
Movie
It's
House.
more of a joke.
That's
Let's
true.
do scary movie later. I prefer one to I think it's scary movie too because I love the first opening scene of that.
Just know
Priest sitting on the crack.
it is like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
Because they do both the grown
All
and
right.
childhood.
Oh, I also have to look up. I didn't even look up what movie's premiering
Yeah,
next
that's
week.
what I'm saying.
Ugh.
Um,
Like
Let me
even-
double check. Sorry about that, guys.
while he's doing that, if we're not gonna watch scary movie at all, which
Dune.
one is
It's
different?
either
Yes.
Dune or you got the French Dispatch, Ron's Gone Wild, or Dune.
I'm not watching Ron's Gone Wild.
All right, then Dune it is. I think Dune's gonna be the bigger movie.
It is. It's gonna be.
So-
I kind of like at first I'm reserved about the movie. I might get the audiobook and listen to that, so I can get a better understanding
I
for
don't
it.
know how I feel about it.
But the movie's
Dune is
growing
the
on
big
me.
movie, so we got to get the clicks.
The movie's
Yeah, I
growing
know.
on me. Like I hated the trailer at first, but after seeing it a couple times, I'm like, okay, the movie seems like it's gonna be a very big thing. So maybe I might want
Well,
to take my
big
time and
budget,
get into
dude.
it. Yeah.
yeah, I say it looks
I don't
extremely expensive what
Yeah.
they made for it.
I don't
But
like
it just
some of the
doesn't look
actors,
good
though.
to me. I don't.
We'll
it-
see.
So this movie is either gonna be a big flop or it's gonna be really good. So I don't think there's gonna be an in between. It's either gonna flop or it's gonna do really good.
You know this movie? What vibes this movie gave me? Star Wars. Kind of like that high end budget.
Star Wars.
Nah,
was it-
I don't know. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I don't really get that vibe.
I don't know. That's what it gives me.
It gives me there was another like really big movie about like space travel and stuff like that. It gives me vibes like that of that
Space
movie.
travel movie.
I can't remember the name.
All right, so that's all we have for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema. Until next week, peace.
So food.
Deuces. No.